Go live. Does it work now? Oh, it looks like it is. And I might be live. At least I think so, but the screen's black. I don't know what's going on.
Oh,
all right, there you go.
Me.
That should be working, right?
Hang on, let me go back. It still says waiting for me, but oh wait. Here we go again. Okay, yeah, we're good. You're good.
Yeah, is it a different one?
Yeah, it says here we go
Oh,
again.
god damn it.
Not the one that you said Happy
That's
Thanksgiving
the wrong
to me.
one. Why does it do that? Well, I guess I'm gonna have to leave the title like that. I didn't. Just for anybody watching, I wasn't trying to. That's not the title. It was supposed to be Happy Thanksgiving to me, but it didn't work.
Please.
I don't know why it does that. Ever since YouTube changed the way they do the dashboard, it fucking sucks. Like, there's no way to like change things. I don't know how to change things. And oh, here it is. Okay, now I could change the title. Happy Thanksgiving to me. So I did this stream so everybody can thank me on Happy Thanksgiving, because that's what it's for, right? For people to thank me and how awesome I am and how much everybody loves me. Okay, that should be good. Monetization off. I want some monies. Hey Vamp, hey Steph, Marino, Chris is in here with me in case you guys didn't know. She's joining me. Oh yeah, if any of you want to join me on the stream, we're in the pouch. You're allowed in the pouch. Come on in. And if you're not allowed in the pouch, let me know and I'll drag you in. Let's see. I did want to. Is everybody having a happy Thanksgiving? I'll give it a few minutes before I watch stuff to let people jump in. Oh yeah, maybe I should send out the.
Oh yeah, let me.
The link.
Do the things.
I still have the wrong one. Now I'm like looking and it's got the wrong page saying Happy Thanksgiving to me. It's the wrong stream. Okay, this is it. I'm gonna have to erase the other one. That's the wrong one now. I hate you people. Oh, Vamp's on her way home. Well, when you get home, Vamp, if you want to come hang out, we're in the pouch. Marino's angry about Thanksgiving. You guys gonna sing Nirvana? Maybe. I know how to play some of the songs on guitar. Maybe. We got Chris to do some back. Yeah. In the pines. I should have taken a clip of that and put that as my intro. In the pines. Yeah, I haven't streamed in a while. There was a video I was gonna watch and talk about some stuff, I guess. But I'm waiting a little bit. A lot of stuff has gone by. We have the elections. Biden won. Lots of people angry that Biden won. Lots of people happy that Biden won. It's pretty funny. But the first video I was going to watch was somebody talking about Fox News, this conservative girl that I follow, and usually she has pretty good takes. But I think she used to work for Fox News for a little bit. But she made a video about how Fox News turned their backs on people, on their audience, and I don't feel like they did. I think that's like a biased thing. Like, I think they were just reporting the news, and people are angry that they reported the news, and the news is something they don't like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's more what it is, and why they think Fox News turned their backs on them. Let me see who's in the chat. Ooh. 3 F1 races left. Oh my god. And Marino's talking about Thanksgiving was last month. We're talking about real Thanksgiving. Not that bullshit Canadian maple leaf shit. Where you guys just eat a bunch of maple syrup on turkey.
God damn it, Marino.
Which is gross. Oh no. That's funny. What's up, Tony? Happy Thanksgiving. Alright, let's get on. Let me pop out the chat so I have it. I got 10 people watching. That's too much. I'm gonna have to end this. I can't have 10 people watching. Feel naked. Marina. All right, let's see. Oh, Steph's in the chat. You might agree with this chick, Steph, but I don't feel like Fox News betrayed their audience. I feel like they just reported the news, and I'll start off saying this: Fox News is a bias news network, and they are biased and try to report bias right wing news. But I think, and I know they understand the concept that they're not like a fully a news network; that they're more entertainment. They've had lawsuits before where they had to file as entertainment to win the lawsuit and say they're not news. So I think they understand that concept. But I think to a certain degree, they still want to uphold a certain sense of integrity, especially when it comes to reporting certain things. Like I don't think that they want to completely be seen as a biased network to the point where no matter what anybody says, they're going to report something like 100% wrong or 100% conjecture over something, that's they can report as fact or something. She said, "I don't watch Fox News." It's probably because of that, because you think they're a traitor. Just kidding. But yeah, Fox News has been bleeding subs like crazy right now since the election because they reported Biden as being the winner, which to me is kind of funny. People stopped watching them over that because Biden is the winner. This is an objective fact. Like how could you be mad at a news network for reporting a fact? It doesn't make sense to me. Now, you can say, even if you say there is fraud that needs to be investigated and all that, that still doesn't eliminate the fact that officially Biden is the winner, and that officially through the numbers you can see Biden's the winner. That's the official count. If they want to report something about it being fraud and all this stuff, then they'd have to wait till after it's investigated and report on the investigation, right? Like, as opposed to just saying nope, it's fraud right off the bat. Like, you can't do that. There's some sort of, they, as much as I dislike Fox and think that they're a bullshit network, they do have to have at least an inkling of integrity. And the people who work there themselves want to have an inkling of integrity because they know they're not tied to Fox News. They're not gonna spend their entire lives working there. They might have to leave there at some point and go work at another news station, and if you're known as somebody who that has no journalistic integrity, why would you be hired by another place? I used to watch Fox. I liked Shepard Smith. I still like Shepard Smith. I still think he's a cool dude. And he was one of the guys I really liked that Fox News because he had a lot of integrity and would go against what a lot of the more sensationalized Fox News anchors would say. Like a lot of people in the Fox News would use biased stuff, and Shep was one of the only ones who would come out and be like, "No, that's not true." Like, this is the truth. Like, we can't just come out here and report shit because we feel like it. We have to report the truth. And like Grant said, that's why they booted him, because he would constantly go against what everybody else said to report the truth. And they got rid of him. Now I think he's working for CNN or MSNBC. They gave him his own show. Which is weird because I don't think he's a Democrat, but he's going to be working for a Democrat promoted news station now, but that's all right. As long as they don't fuck with him for reporting what he wants to report. But yeah, let's watch this video. Let me put this on the screen. Let's see how I can do this without proper tape. Chrome. British. Done. But I have to do this. Oh shit! It's zoomed in really close to her face. Poor girl. This is a chick. Her name is Pardes Sele, however you pronounce it, Pardes. Yeah, but she's nice. I've talked to her before. She's actually a pretty nice girl. But this is, I feel like, a very bad take on this, and I don't think, but I think this is a take that a lot of people have on this, and I think it's just wrong. I think it's funny because they are being biased about this, bitching at Fox News for not being more biased. You know what I'm saying? Where Fox News, it's like, if you remember back in the day, Fox News was the fair and balanced news station, so they were supposed to tell you fair and balanced things, but everybody was like, yeah, right, you work for the right wing, that's all you report. But and that's fine if you want to report all right wing stuff, but don't make up bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That there, like I said, there is some type of integrity you got to have there, at least to some degree. And I think mostly them reporting the Biden won was them keeping a semblance of integrity, you know, and saying like, hey, this is what's true. Like, let's see if you guys can hear this.
This week I wanted to talk about an issue that keeps coming up on political social media, and that is Fox News.
We have seen so many problems with the election that we need to get
Seems
to the
like it
bottom
froze.
of
Hold on.
it. And the second thing the American people are saying is, who can they trust?
Now notice all these people, these guys are out the street screaming Fox News sucks because Fox News reported what every other news station was reporting, that that Biden won the election, which was true and is totally accepted. And most, even stations that were denying it past the time Fox News accepted this as truth, have flipped over and have accepted it now and have reported that. So to say that Fox News has turned their backs on their audience for not lying to them is very weird. Yeah, OAN is the savior. Fox News sucks. Oh, this lady. There's the lady Marino likes. Marino, there you go, at RealTina40. Follow her. So she could talk to you like this and tell you about everything. And talk to you about Trump.
When everyone was gone, I got videos and proof that I'm gonna show you. Trump 2020, motherfucker.
I got videos and proof that she's mad that Fox News showed up late and they didn't get the video of everybody at the rally. I mean, maybe they just showed up late. You're just automatically thinking they're doing it to pull some fake bullshit. But I mean, in the end, Fox News never did like Trump. They didn't like him before, but once Trump won, they were all on his side. But before that, they didn't really like him. I'm pretty sure they still don't like him. But in the end, I don't think they're trying to pull something to go against Trump. I think they're just trying to have some sort of integrity and report some truth. You know. Fuck Fox News.
I was not editorializing. I was pointing out to our producers that we, in addition to other outlets, had already called the presidential race. In a separate instance, a screen grab of this.
Somebody put a little screen grab in there. Let's see what it says. What does this say? Just a reminder that Fox News participated in the coup and continues to participate in the coup. So I see Patriots saying, but they carried the press conference today when others didn't. Just because they're trying to recover their lost viewership doesn't mean we should let them. What coup? Like, this is what I'm saying. This is the weird thing, is like, they're a news station to some degree. They're reporting news, but them reporting news is a coup now, like, because of some weird thing that Trump says people were cheating, and there's fraud that there's no evidence for. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't report the news and say that something is a fraud when you don't have evidence for that. You know, if you had evidence for that, then you can report that. You know? So it's weird that all these people are like, fuck Fox News for not making shit up and telling us what we want to hear about this fake event that we say is real but have zero evidence for. You know, like.
Race.
So weird.
In a separate instance, a screen grab of this program was taken, edited, and distributed to fit a completely false narrative.
Why does Fox News employ such condescending jerks? Is this like all of a sudden, or were they always condescending jerks? Or are they just only condescending now because the audience doesn't like what they're saying? You know, they weren't condescending when they did like what they were saying.
It was not real. I anchor 3 hours of straight news daily. I report facts and I report them fairly.
Turn off Fox News. Newsmax has Sean Spicer on right now and Greg Kelly coming up. Oh, so this is something that just happened too. Newsmax and OANN, whatever, is those are like even more right-wing networks than Fox. And they were reporting this and saying that Trump didn't lose, it's a fraud, blah, blah, blah. So people were turning off Fox News and they were going to these people. Funny enough, now Newsmax is saying, all right, Biden won. You know what I'm saying? Like, Newsmax carried it too far, and they're like, all right, I guess Biden won. There's definitely no evidence of fraud. You know, they keep looking, and nobody's finding evidence. Nobody can find any evidence. It's not there. And OANN now is the last holdout now. They're the last ones, and everybody's jumping ship from all these channels there. I saw earlier today, or maybe it was yesterday, everybody was tweeting out like, fuck Newsmax, go to OANN, they're the only ones talking about the truth. And it's like, it's ridiculous because the truth is that nobody has any evidence of any fraud. That's the actual truth.
We have many different voices and opinions during segments of our show, and
I keep missing these. God damn it.
fairly. We have many different voices.
Let's see. How in the world do those running Fox News still have jobs? They've destroyed one of the most profitable brands in TV history in under a month. I've never seen an audience hemorrhage like this. Yeah, and that's all because they spoke the truth. This is... what's funny is this is what Fox News wanted. Fox News has built this audience of extreme bias, that watch them for this extreme bias. And when the time comes where they have to tell the truth, what happens? Their audience jumps ship because they've built this audience up of people who just go there to hear what they want to hear, And the second you tell them something they don't want to hear, they're out, You can't have integrity in that kind of news outlet because that's not what you're there for. You're there to be well, this guy said Fox News is communist propaganda. The truth is you are there to be propaganda, but it's not communist propaganda. You're just there to be the kind of propaganda of selling people what they want to hear. Like, yeah, this is what you want to hear. Here, take it. And the second you tell them what they don't want to hear and you tell them the truth, they're going to jump ship because they're not hearing what they want to hear. Now they're all going to OANN, who's telling them the election was a fraud with zero evidence and showing you all this little tiny flimsy evidence making you think that it's true, but all of it is hearsay, all the evidence anybody has put out about the election being a fraud, it has been hearsay. Like, there's no solid evidence.
And opinions during segments of our show, and all are welcome.
Fox News has for a long time been known as a reliably right-wing version of CNN and MSNBC.
I find that kind of funny. It is a reliable right-wing version of CNN and MSNBC. It still is now, but those guys followed Fox News. It's not the other way around. People always think that like Fox News came out later, but their format of being a biased news network and being really sensationalized and being more entertainment than news has changed CNN and MSNBC. They used to be more news type channels, and now they followed Fox formula and have become more entertainment and biased news, because they saw how much money Fox was making off of this.
They're a large cable TV network that was number one watched by pro-Trump Americans and often number one
watched by pro-Trump Americans. Those are watched way before Trump was even around. Like when Obama was president, Fox was huge. When Bush was president, Fox was huge. I think Fox was like the largest watched news network during Bush and Obama's presidency.
In the country for the past 4 years under Trump. Everybody knew Fox brought in a lot of money because they spoke to the silent majority.
I think it's kind of a problem of age as well. I think if you're young, you think back, this is like the first big loss for a lot of people politically, right? Because if you think back, you had Obama for 8 years and then Trump for 4. So that's 12 years. Within that 12 years, lots of people turned 18, and started voting for the first time. So this was like this is the first big loss for them. I think a lot of them don't know how to handle it. I mean, a lot of us have handled it before. Trump lost 4 years ago, so the Democrats are able to handle it. But for conservatives, yeah, there was 4 years ago, they had their first big win in a long time, and then it's their first big loss now, too. And they don't know how to handle it. But it's weird, like a girl like her, she's talking about Fox News, how big they are, and she's talking about pro-Trump. And it's like, well, Fox News has been around way before Trump was president, It was during Bush era, during Obama era. We had Fox be big during all that time.
Americans were constantly being alienated by corporate media in New York and Washington, D.C. But now Fox News is doing a lot of things to betray their right-wing base, and it's got their audience confused.
To betray their right-wing base. This is the shit I'm talking about. Like, what did they do to betray their right-wing base? Report the truth? If it's like, if you report the truth and it's a truth you don't like, then you're betraying your base. It's very strange. I don't understand that concept.
And angry.
A colorful news conference from Rudy Giuliani, but it was light on facts. So much of what he said was simply not true or has already been thrown out in court.
All of that is true.
Well, I just think we have to be very clear. She's charging the other side of welcoming fraud and welcoming illegal voting.
Yeah.
Unless she has more details to back that up, I can't in good countenance continue showing
but see, she's showing these clips as evidence of them turning their backs on the base, but everything they're saying is true. What the other girl was saying was, they're saying this is going on. There's no evidence of that. True. He's like, everything Giuliani said has either not been true or has been thrown out by the courts already. At the time of that report, all of that was true. this lady's talking about fraud and this and that, and Cavuto's like, whoa, I can't show you that in good faith because I am somewhat a journalist. I have some integrity. You know what I'm saying? I can't show you false news and pretend that it's real. Like, I can't do that.
This, I want to make sure that maybe they do have something to back that up.
The president does seem, though, in a
yeah, and it's like maybe they do have something to back that up, but if they do show it, you know what I'm saying? We can't tell you that this is true without showing you any evidence. Like, where's the evidence?
Even as he is losing in the current vote count, because for his diehard fans, he is trying to make the case that he didn't really lose the election, that it was taken from him. Is that an argument that he can credibly make?
He opened by making this really bold and baseless claim that a lot of this alleged nationwide voter fraud that he's referring to all came from one centralized place. He called it a nationwide conspiracy.
Yeah, everything she's saying there is like, huh?
He failed to provide any hard evidence
where's
to
the
back
evidence?
up
That's
that
what she's
one
saying.
specific claim, especially when you're dealing with a claim that really cuts to the core of our democratic process.
But that's an explosive charge to make. The other side is effectively rigging and cheating.
Nothing of what they've said so far has been a lie. Nothing of what they said so far has been a betrayal to their audience in any way. All they're doing is reporting the truth, which is there's these accusations going out. There's been zero evidence of it. That's it. That's all they're saying. You know, there's no evidence of this. And anything they've put out as an accusation or evidence has either been proven false or is a lie, you know.
Does bring
and that's true.
Of course, we'll take you
all
back.
of that is true.
So far, she has started saying right at the outset, welcoming fraud, welcoming illegal voting. Not so fast. A little more into this.
There are endless clips like this.
Like, how much do you want a news network to suck your dick and lie to you until you fucking accept the truth, you know, and be like, oh, they got to tell me the truth sometimes, whether I like it or not. You know?
And it's causing Fox's ratings to go from #1 to done. People are angry that Fox News used them all these years to get the highest ratings and build their empire, creating the illusion that they're some kind of hero for the right, and then now that they feel like Trump and his supporters are total fools for Fox, they can take advantage of his willingness to go on their network and then berate him unfairly to show off to their liberal media friends.
But see, where this, I don't know what is she talking about the same thing she just shows videos for, because there was nothing in those clips where they were berating the audience. When were they berating the audience? She's like, oh, now that they have the Trump audience, now they feel like they can do whatever they want and berate the audience. But where was she berating? Where were they berating them? They weren't berating them.
After all, that's
they were
how
just
it goes,
reporting
right?
the truth.
It's a very common phenomenon in the media world. Aspiring journalists often start off working.
And I don't doubt Fox News does shady shit. They've been doing shady shit forever. But this is the one time they come out and report the truth and act with some sort of integrity, and that's when when their fans want to turn their backs on them. Like, what? And think that they got that the network is turning on them. Like, what?
Right-wing blogs that are willing to hire them. They tend to be more edgy and unfiltered in these places because that's what gets the clicks. And then when they become big enough and they have the money they need, they also have the skills and experience, and all they want next is a prestigious left-wing job that will bring them the social acceptance that they always longed for.
What?
Just take a look at Caitlin Collins, who used to work at the Daily Caller, Oliver Darcy, who used to work at the Blaze. The list goes on. I have so many personal friends, actually, who used to work alongside these people.
It goes the other way around, too. There's left-wing people who have gone to work for the right side.
All these people started off working in conservative outlets, and once they became skilled enough, they left those outlets behind to work at more prominent left-wing outlets. And I don't blame them. As someone who was constantly being harassed for working at Fox News and not feeling like it was worth it at all, I would have been more than happy to denounce their asses and go work for a company like MSNBC News. In fact, I have twice been emailed by MSNBC recruiters who are looking for an ex-Fox News producer to help them compete for Fox-like ratings. I would have totally taken the job if they offered it to me. Our office was in the same building as MSNBC and just a couple blocks from CNN. And when I started working for Fox,
she's
I was almost
regretful of
surprised
working
at
there,
how common it was for Fox News employees to be recruited by these other left-wing outlets. In fact, many of the people.
But it's like, I don't doubt some of the stuff she's saying.
The intention of trying to get a
like,
job
I don't
at
doubt there's
MSNBC,
people in there pretending to be right-wing to get that job because it's a big job, and then they can switch over to something else or whatever. Or I can also see that people just do it as a job and they don't care which side they're for. You know, they just want to work. They're just doing it as a job. But in the end, nothing she showed or this recent event and nothing that she's talking about shows that. All of that is the truth. Like, all they did was have some integrity and report the truth and say, hey, look, the numbers show Biden won. Like, Trump's administration keeps talking about fraud and cheating, but they're not showing any evidence of it. Any evidence they show of it is either garbage or the courts are throwing it out. That's what those reports said. That's what was happening at the time. Were they supposed to not report the truth? They didn't want to show people from Trump's organization saying that there was cheating going on because they don't think that's reporting the truth.
They might get paid better and
that's bad
get respected
reporting.
better by the public.
It's true, it is bad reporting.
Not only respected better by the public, respected better by the people you work with. Even your bosses and colleagues inside Fox didn't have any respect for conservative, uneducated types who were blunt and said their thoughts aloud. We had a blacklist of guests that we weren't allowed to bring on our shows. People in the public don't know this. They were all right-wingers, ranging from Roger Stone to Cassandra Fairbanks to Mike Cernovich. Now, I'm not saying that you have to agree with any of these people's opinions, but at Fox, it wasn't about opinions. It was about clear disrespect for anybody who wasn't of their class. The establishment, the latte liberal educated class. I remember trying to book these blacklisted guys on our shows, and then trying to book some lefty nobody that has zero viewership clout, but has a great set of DC Who's Who references. It's much easier to get those guys a spot on Fox than the blacklisted one. In fact, Fox will beg for the lefties, but good luck getting those guys to lower their noses and allow themselves to be seen on a right-wing network. Ew.
We like some of the guys on Fox, but they sold us out, didn't they?
Anybody who was paying attention from the beginning knew that Fox News leadership was never
Yes.
particularly right-wing. The signs were all there. Rupert Murdoch made it clear to the public that he's not politically right-wing in any way. He tries to distance himself constantly from this right-wing base. In fact, he publicly signed on to...
How funny is this? People used to bitch at Fox News for being biased. Now they're bitching at him for not being biased, right? Isn't that funny? How funny is that? The biggest problem Fox News had was people constantly going after them, telling them that they're biased, they're not really news. And now the one time they come out and have actual news and tell you the truth and don't want to give you fake news is the time where people bitch about them and say, you turned your backs on us.
Or at 2 back in 2007 to show that he's not particularly attached.
Good. Rupert Murdoch shouldn't be tied to any other side. No news network should be tied to any side. But they are. It's just something we gotta accept.
About ridiculing the uneducated right-wing Americans. And of course they released it a month before the election with tons of footage berating Donald Trump and his base.
What? That I didn't see.
What else are you supposed to expect? Not to mention the whole point
but in the
of
end, what she's showing...
Fox, merging with Disney, becoming a separately traded company from Fox News, and then cutting the word for Fox from their name was obviously an attempt to distance themselves from their right-wing audience.
Well, I don't think that's so obvious. I think they cut the Fox from their name to separate themselves from the Fox company because they're no longer part of the Fox company. 21st Century Fox is now not Fox. It's only 21st Century because it's not part of Fox anymore. Disney bought that section of Fox and changed the name. It's weird to say that it's obvious that it's for one reason when there's multiple reasons that can come out of it. Like, another reason could just be that they don't want to be seen as being Fox anymore because it's not Fox, it's Disney now, so it's just 21st
Blend
century.
in more with Hollywood liberals and their Chinese allies. Anybody paying close attention to the news
No, it's a
around
company that was
companies'
bought by Disney.
acquisitions knew that Fox
they're
News
not Fox
itself
anymore.
was eventually going to follow the ways of outlets like CNN.
Weird.
You might not have believed it as a Fox News viewer who's watching Tucker Carlson, Laura Ingraham, and Sean Hannity berating leftists in the media all day, but as someone who has been on the inside, I saw it clear as day, and so did my colleagues. Sure, Fox News is bringing in a ton of money as a multinational corporate media outlet speaking to an untapped American market. But think about the people who are at the top. They live in very lefty hubs like New York, Washington, D.C., and Hollywood.
Yeah, Fox News is
I have lived in all three of those places, and I can tell you that in those places, this urge for social acceptance by establishment lefties is so strong, far stronger than ratings. There you have it. Anybody who has been paying attention to Fox News from the inside already knows that Fox is a big DC-based media outlet, just like the rest of them. Just because they have figured out a way to profit from what a lot of the producers there perceive as your ignorance and your idiocy. It doesn't make them your ally. Now, don't get me wrong. I love capitalism, and I love people protecting themselves, and I love businesses that care about serving
you don't love
their
journalistic
consumers
integrity,
regardless of
obviously,
what
because
But cable
when that
media
comes
is
upon
already
you,
a
you
dying
think it's
industry that
people
has
turning
become
their backs
totally
on.
hijacked by a bunch of political DC hacks that are arrogant, condescending, behind doors, especially towards their viewers, thinking that they still have the power that they used to. And they don't. and I have no grievances about watching their little business fall to shits.
Fall to shit, that's not gonna happen.
Thanks for
Good
watching,
luck with that.
and don't forget to like this video if you haven't already.
Their
Subscribe to my
viewership will
YouTube
go
channel,
down for a
and
little
see you
while,
all
but
in
then
my
they'll start
live
shitting on
streams
Biden,
video
and all
next
these
week.
people will come back to watch them. And it won't be a big deal. Just like what happened before. But, yeah, how weird is that? That seems so weird to me. I don't know. She was talking about them berating their audience. I don't know if that's a context she forgot to put in and left out. But nowhere in the videos that you see that she showed as an example did she show them berating their audience. Well, I didn't see that anywhere.
Yeah, I did.
It's
see
very
that.
strange. Hold on. I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right.
Mm-hmm. Let's see who's in the chat. All right. We've got Grant. We've got Devin. TJ. Radbound. Zeno. Vex. 7. How's everybody's Thanksgiving going? I'm Canadian, so I had mine last month. God damn it. Grant in the chat.
All right.
I was being silly.
Oh, good. Silly it up for my audience. I never said he was a virgin, especially if he takes it in the ass. A groper scared of Jews, right? Yeah, they don't like Jews so much, but yet they're so scared of them for some reason. They control the world. I remember I had an argument with people one time. They were telling me the Jews control the world. It was this huge problem, and then I was like, well, if not the Jews, then who do you want to rule the world instead? And they started flipping out. I don't remember what their answer was, but they were trying to say that I was giving them a loaded question and all this stuff, and I'm like, no, I'm just, first off, it was a joke, really, you know, I was joking around, like, well, if not the Jews, who else? They got the highest IQ, you know, like, anybody else is gonna make a worse thing of it. My deuces are always sick. I drop the sickest. And but yeah, this whole Fox News thing is funny to me because I've not liked Fox News forever, right? Like, they've always been like a shitty, biased news network. Like I said, they had to file as entertainment instead of news because they've been sued before for saying, putting out bullshit and saying a bunch of shit that's not true. But it's funny that the one time they actually do something that's integral and journalistic and say something that's true, their audience turns their backs on them and completely gets angry about it and says that they turn their backs on the audience for telling them the truth. How weird is that? Like, and it's really a super biased position to take, because what these people are is they don't want to believe Trump lost. They don't want to believe that Biden got more votes than him, even though it's completely obvious that Biden was going to get more votes. The Democrats almost always get more votes, but they just don't want to accept it. So to see the news network that always has their backs and is on their side report the truth to them is like, you know, stabbing them in the back.
It's devastating.
Yeah, it's devastating, because they're like, you're the one network we watch for you to tell us that we're right, and now you're telling us we're wrong. And it's like, yeah, but you are wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody's got to tell you you're wrong. You're wrong. You can say it's fraud. You can say all this stuff you want, but there hasn't been anything shown to prove that. And, Fox News can't just come out and tell you things without, having some sort of proof or some semblance of an evidence or something. People keep showing this, these Project Veritas affidavits and confessions and stuff, but they were offering $25,000 to anybody with any information. So obviously people are gonna come for the money and make shit up, just so they can get money. Funny enough, all these people who did that and went to Project Veritas and got that money are now going against what they said because they found out that they could be charged with perjury. You know, it's like if we find out you're lying, you could be charged with perjury and go to jail. And they're all like, oh, okay, actually, I just made that up. You know, that's not what happened, actually. The only news I trust is America First by Nick. He's not a news person, so why would... That's not even news. The only news you trust is not news. Like Nick Fuentes is not news. He's just a kid who goes on the internet and reads other news. So the only news you trust is the news that Nick Fuentes reads and trusts. You don't even trust anything on your own. You need Nick Fuentes to tell you what to trust. That's weird. The only person in the media that doesn't shill for Israel. Well, that's not true, but also who cares? Also, who gives a shit? Israel means nothing to me. I've never been to Israel. I don't know anybody that is from Israel. You know, I don't have any family there. I don't have any friends. I have nothing to do with Israel. I could care less if somebody's a shill or not a shill for Israel. That doesn't matter to me at all. Is Catboy part of the MCU? He should be. Nick Fuentes loves cat boys. Loves really gay cat boys.
Oh,
Who
my
wear really
goodness.
gay anime cat girl shirts. And he goes on dates with them. They go shopping together. And they go have French fries and share their French fries together. Because they're really fucking gay.
That sounds...
But either way,
Yes,
imagine
that sounds-
going to... You know, Nick Fuentes now is like 21, I guess. But imagine going... When he first started, he was like 19. Imagine thinking you going to a 19-year-old kid for your news information is something that's smart to do. You know? Imagine that. I can't even think of that, man. Even when I was 12 years old, I think I knew not to listen to 19-year-olds trying to tell me the news. You got to be some special kind of retarded to think that that makes any sense. Like, no matter what anybody told me about Nick Fuentes or to go listen to him, I would never go listen to him because he's just a kid. Like, why would I listen to a kid? Like, it doesn't make any sense. What does a kid know about half the shit that's going on in the world?
Yeah.
And that's why sometimes he says the dumbest shit. He barely's even gotten laid. Like, go get laid, dude. Israel spies on America more than Russia and China. Let that sink in. Israel doesn't need to spy on us. We're allies. We tell them things. Why would they need to spy on somebody who tells them everything? That makes no sense. Alf is an ageist confirmed. Yeah. You gotta at least be over 25 for me to listen to you. Like, think if you're under 25, I'm gonna take everything you say with a grain of salt. It's so funny, this guy. Israel spies on America. And it's like, what? Why would they need to? We tell them everything. We're allies. Like, I don't think they have any reason to spy on us for anything. Like, what could they possibly benefit from spying on us, and what information could they get that we wouldn't volunteer to them by spying on us? What's up, Blake? Happy Thanksgiving. TJ, I didn't say happy Thanksgiving to you. What's up, man? Again, if anybody wants to come on and talk, I'm in the pouch in the AIU server. If you're not allowed to, if you don't have the roles to get in the pouch, just let me know and I'll drag you in from the main voice. But yeah, I was talking about Fox News and how ridiculous it is that everybody's leaving. It's kind of funny. It is kind of funny when you think of the whole context of it, where they were a super biased news network, and the one time they tell the truth, now they lose everything, and people are jumping ship. Even though I don't think it's going to be a huge blow to them, I think people will leave for a little while, but then, you know, everything will pass, Biden will be president for a bit, and there'll be tons of shit to bitch about Biden about, and people will jump right back on because they'll be bitching about Biden, and that's all they want to hear. I mean, like, what's the reason people watch Tucker Carlson is because they want to watch him bust on lefties, right? Like, that's really like the only reason anybody ever watches them. What else does he do? He has a lefty come on and he bitches at them. Some news about some lefty socialist thing comes out, so he bitches at that, and that's basically all they do. So
Yeah.
and even Tucker Carlson, his fans got mad at him too, because even he was calling it for Biden. Even he was like, we got to accept the truth. Biden won. I mean, like, how long are we going to sit around and pretend he didn't win, you know? There's only so far that'll take you before, you know, you look like an idiot and you just have to let shit go. What's up, Kairu?
Hey, Cairo.
But yeah, I'm not a Fox News fan. Fox News is bullshit, but I'm just saying, I just find the humor in their audience jumping ship over them finally telling the truth and finally having some sort of journalistic integrity, and that was the final straw for their audience. It's like, God damn it, I didn't realize I was watching the news. I'm out of here. I never thought the Fox News would tell me the truth, fuckers.
Bunch of fraud.
We had some funny stuff go on with Ian Mouse Chong.
No.
He was
yeah.
I forgot what he said. Well, I forgot what the tweet was, but the funny aspect of it was that some guy came on and told him. Damn it! I don't remember what it was about. What was it about? Do you remember? Where the guy told him something and he said he was Chinese. He was like, "Ah, you're Chinese." Like, well, basically, Miles has been on this kick. Ian Mouse Chong's been on this kick that there's Chinese accounts out there from China that is trying to infiltrate and cause division between the conservatives in the U.S., which is, total bullshit. But he put out a tweet about some guy who is Chinese American, and he has like a flag on his name and stuff, comes out and it says something against what he was saying. And Ian Mouse Chong goes, "Oh yeah, but you're a Chinese communist, like you're coming here to like cause trouble." And the dude goes, "Aren't you Malaysian? Like, aren't you in Malaysia?" It's like, what the fuck? You're bitching about Chinese accounts coming in and causing problems with, American politics. Meanwhile, you're in Malaysia and you're doing the same thing and telling your audience what to do and shit. Like, don't listen to this news and blah, blah. They're going to break the conservatives up. It's like, the fuck? He always uses the word we, too. Like, we got to stand together and fight against the left. And it's like, you're not one of us. What are you talking about, we? Why do you keep saying we? I said the same thing with that Surfs guy. He's Canadian. And then he talks about left-wing American politics saying we. And it's like, what do you mean we? You're not part of us. You're not even... Canadian politics is even different than ours. The left and right there are different than our left and right. So there's definitely no we when it comes to them. I don't get it. You're a Chinese account was the quote, I believe. Yeah, you're right, Carrie. That is what he said. You're a Chinese account. And I'm like, Malaysia man angry, I guess. Like, you're a Malaysia account. You live in Malaysia. You don't even live in the U.S. He's not a U.S. citizen. Nothing he says has any standing. He can't vote. Like, it's so weird that people who have nothing to do with our politics want to talk about our politics and influence it. Because he does have an audience and he tells them what to do. It's not like he's just giving them news, you know what I'm saying? It's a totally different thing. If you want to just give people news, that's fine. If you just want to tell them, like, hey, look, this is what's going on, that's cool. Even if it's a little biased. But for you to say, do this, or don't believe these people are lying to you, this is not true, we got to stand up against this, it's like, you're not part of us. Stop it.
Get some help.
Yeah, what's say? Yeah, and you got Michael Jordan clip. Stop it. Get some help. Then there was that Ada Rodriguez that Devin did a video on, and Sean, and that was funny too. But she's got... See, now I'm going to confuse it again. She's got that thing with Chevrolet. I don't know how that's going to go, but they're going to talk about BLM and race stuff. And I saw, like, now they put out another little ad on Twitter that shows the faces of the other people there, and it's like 3 black dudes and her. Which is funny because she's not black, but they just threw her in with a bunch of black dudes and said, yeah, go talk about race. Yeah, but she's horrible. She was talking about that Kyle Rittenhouse, right, in that video?
Yeah. And
making it... These people, TYT is ridiculous with that shit. Like, anybody who watches that video is obvious. This is the shit that I'm talking about. TYT having less integrity than Fox even. Because when it goes against their audience, they still came out and said Biden won, even because that was the news. You know what I'm saying? But TYT, you can watch that video a million times. Anybody who watches that video and you don't think that's self-defense, you have no idea what you're talking about, right? Because you can see it every moment of it. In fact, the kid is almost astonishing how responsible he was with that gun. Every single shot he took was at somebody coming at him, and there were moments where he could have easily shot other people and might have even still been considered self-defense, but he didn't. Like, he held off and made sure that people were coming at him when he shot them, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, he would be under the jail if it was a black kid. Yeah, what? What are you talking about? Does she think that no black kids have gotten out on bail or have been released because it was self-defense? Obviously. What do you think happens when somebody breaks into your house or somebody tries to rob you and you shoot them instead? You get taken in and then you get released because it's self-defense. I'm sure that happens over and over and over again. The brainwashed kids was so disgusting. To what brainwashed kids? But you do see that a lot. I still see it all over Twitter. People saying, "Oh, they're gonna let this murderer out. They let this murderer out on bail," and it's like, huh? What murderer? You talk about murders with malicious intent. Watch that video. He was running away from people. There's obviously zero malicious intent there. But I think that's why Anna brings up the whole he crossed state borders thing. I think she thinks that if you make it seem like he went out of his way to go there with a gun, that shows the intent, Like, or why would he travel across a state border with a gun unless he intended to go there and shoot people? What other reason could there be? Meanwhile, the reason's out there. We have witnesses accounts, we have video, we have, friends of his and people, and even texts that he had in phone calls they have as proof that he was asked by that guy that he works for to go and protect his building during that time, and he works there. She makes it seem like crossing state borders like it's a far away thing, but it's like 10 minutes away, and he works at that spot in another state, which is not a weird thing because as I know very well is that people live here in New Jersey where I am and work in New York City. You can go across a border and work. It's a common thing, especially when you live really close to a border. I don't like doing that because New York taxes you too, so then you have to pay New Jersey and New York City tax if you work in New York City. But I guess if you make enough money, that's, who cares?
Yeah.
Did you see Devin's last video about the brainwashed kids, Alfie? Which one was that?
Oh, the one where they had the signs up, remember, and they were talking to each other online.
Oh,
through
yeah.
video chat.
Yeah, that was weird.
That's really crazy. Odd.
I don't get the kids thing. Both sides do it, and then both sides bitch about both sides doing it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't get it. Like, who listens to kids? This is what I was saying earlier. Like, why would anybody listen to anyone under 25? Like, if anybody's under 25 is trying to tell you something about life and experience and news and truth, take it with a grain of salt. The kids don't know shit. I didn't know shit when I was a kid. I thought I knew everything and didn't know shit. And I think everybody, after reaching a certain age, will tell you that they thought they knew everything when they were younger, but realized they didn't know shit, And that's exactly what we're experiencing over and over again, is these people, you get that a lot of progressives are young. So you got a lot of these people under the age of 25 coming out here and telling you, oh, this is what's happening and this is going on and we got to stop this. And it's like, you guys have no idea what you're talking about. You think you know everything. You think you know what you're talking about, but you don't. You've got this all wrong. You don't understand the nuances of these situations and events.
I wonder if that's going to be the next trend, like getting your kids into activism really young, instead of like the whole like other things that kids have been pushed into from young ages, encouraged maybe by their parents a bit. If like activism is like the next best thing to get to, like getting your kid on the right track or something, or like big quotations right track, because you should just let your kid be a kid.
Yeah, just let kids be kids. Instead, you got kids growing up worried about shit like that. Like, huh? Worried about shit that's like, not really happening, but they think it is. And it's like, huh? What are you doing? And it just doesn't make sense. It's a form of brainwashing, really. It's just like religion. Like, I grew up thinking God was real. I grew up thinking Jesus actually happened, and and there was a crucifixion and Jesus was resurrected. And I grew up believing those things until I got to a certain age, and then I read those things for myself and was able to think for myself, and was like, this is ridiculous. Like, I'm looking at my parents like, this is what you guys believe? Like, what the fuck? This is what you're trying to get me to believe, and you had me believing this whole time? This is some bullshit. Like, read the Bible. The best way to become an atheist, or at least to leave the Christian religion, is to read the Bible. Like, to me, I think that was the greatest turning point in my life was reading the Bible 2 times. And by the second time, the first time I was still young. The second time I was a teenager and I was reading it. I read it in Spanish too. But halfway through it, I was like, this is bullshit. Like, what am I reading? This is like some fairy tale shit. And people are trying to tell me this is real? Like, what? What about this is real? If homosexuality was real, we would be able to find the gay gene. What? Here's where I bust this dude right now. There's not a per se a gay gene, but there are physical differences to homosexual people. And between men and women, the stem between your brains, the brain lobes, are different widths. I think men's or maybe it's women's have more of a width between that than men do, or vice versa. Either way, but for gay men, they have the opposite. Like they have women's width between the lobes of their brain. So that kind of proves that either it is something genetic or in the gene, but either regardless, there is a physicality to it. It's not just like a mental thing that people are just deciding to be gay. There are physical things that you're born with that happen and during development that, take effect to you physically that make you gay. Like, like having that lobe be wider between, having that space be wider, which is, like a feminine trait. So it makes you feminine, right? Like, and also, I wouldn't doubt that you could probably test a lot of gay people and find out that they have a lot of estrogen pumped into their system more than normal men do, right? Like more normal heterosexual men do, and therefore showing that there is a physical attribute there that's formed by genetics. Is Alf coming out of the closet? I've been out of the closet. There's never even been a closet around me.
You're gay?
Oh shit! What's up, Tonka?
Hey, Tonka.
In case you don't know, I'm streaming right now. We're doing a stream on my channel. But it's fine because I was asking people if they wanted to come on.
Sense.
So. I was responding to
sitting
Devin.
Here explaining to Chris that you were gay, and I was
I was responding to Devin because he was like, "You're coming out the closet." Now we got a Groiper kid in the chat saying that homosexuality isn't real, that there's no gay gene, and I'm trying to explain that there are actual physical manifestations of homosexuality, like the space between the lobes of your brains are a different width than like from heterosexual men and homosexual men.
How head in the sand do you have to be to think that being gay isn't real?
Isn't real. Like, who chooses to be gay? I think people who think people choose to be gay are people who are gay. You know what I'm saying?
Really,
or bisexual or something, because for them it's a struggle to decide if they like men or women, so they think that is something that people choose.
I don't know.
I can't choose.
Is there
to
anything
be with a
you
dude.
could do
like,
to be convinced to go suck a dick if you're
exactly.
straight?
The only thing you could do to convince me to suck a dick, and I do it begrudgingly, is to kill me. But it would be a begrudging thing. I wouldn't be turned on by it.
That's so weird.
It's just something I'd be forced to do. He is waiting for you guys to repent for your sins. Yeah, he's talking about.
My grandfather was a hyper-religious dude, and he never believed that people chose to be gay. He was like, "There's nothing on earth that would make me want to suck a dick." So I don't.
It just doesn't make any sense, right? Who would choose that? Like, it doesn't make any sense. I know I couldn't choose that. So if I can't choose that, then anybody who chooses that, it has to be something, maybe genetic or something.
You like what you like.
Or you like what you like. And also, I just don't give a shit. Like, if guys want to go out and suck dick, go suck dick. What does that got to do with me? I don't give a shit what you do. I don't give a shit what you do in your home or in private. Who gives a shit?
People are into all kinds of weird shit.
Yeah. Good for them. Yeah, enjoy it. Just don't push it on other people, and, that's it.
And I would say, grand scheme, like, after looking at shit on the internet, like, being gay is pretty low on the totem pole.
Oh, yeah, totally. I totally agree with that.
Like, there's people who dress up like dogs and fuck each other. It's, being gay is pretty minimal. That may just be how I've always seen it. It's weird.
He just said, you will find many men, first off, bad English, many men that became gay after going to prison. But it's like, how do you know those guys weren't gay before they went to prison? Where's that study? You have a study that shows that, and it says that they for sure weren't gay before they went to prison. It wasn't a thing of maybe
Weird study.
they didn't realize they were gay, or maybe they were hiding it, or also depending on their age, they might have never had a sexual experience before. You know what I'm saying? You can go to jail and be like 18, 19 and be a virgin, you know, and not have realized that, you know, you were gay. I mean, I'm sure you look at guys and are attracted to them, and you'd realize it then, but then they go to jail, they have a sexual experience with men, and then they're like, oh yeah, I'm gay. You know? I don't know if I feel like there's men who aren't gay and were raped in prison and then came out and said, I'm going to be gay. I doubt that happens.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I don't think that happens very often.
Is that how that works for you?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think those people are probably traumatized after that about gay sex.
Yeah.
They're like, I got raped in prison. This was not good. I did not like it.
Yeah, that's a weird angle.
Yeah, it's a weird angle. I don't know. That's not a good argument for saying that gay people choose to be gay. Not a good argument at all. That's funny. Missed earlier. I was
weird.
Oh no, go ahead.
The weird part about it for me is these tend to be the free speech type people who have a problem with the gay thing. You know, it's all about freedom until someone may have chosen to be gay.
It's all about freedom or free speech, but if people say anything they don't like, then it's, you know, you're trying to change society and you're brainwashing us, and blah, blah, blah.
They become the most sensitive motherfuckers
Yeah.
I've ever seen.
So it's like, how can you be for free speech, but then get mad that there's communists out there preaching about communism? Like, you know, you can argue against it, but you can't tell them they can't do that. It's free speech. They got to allow them to talk about communism.
They put out a national mandate that everybody has to suck dick. Fine. Sound the alarm bells. Cool. But who cares? I'm not going to suck the dicks. You better have some gay guys out there to do it. I ain't doing it.
Dicks. Yeah, for real. That's true. That's one of the main reasons why I don't want to go to jail. And why I've never been to jail and don't ever want to go to jail. I think that's a fantastic deterrent for me. For some people it's not, but for me it's a great deterrent.
How did you end up on this fucking topic?
I had a grapper, dude. Actually, I started this stream talking about Fox News and how they're losing. Yeah, they're losing their audience because they have integrity and told the truth. Basically, because they were because they were a station that reported that Biden won early on, because the numbers say so, and anybody with any type of integrity looking at the numbers and, you know, the rate of how it was going would tell you that Biden won. So Fox News, you know, they're a conservative network. They come out and they say, yeah, we're looking at the numbers. Biden won this. You know, and what happens? Their audience gets furious, starts logging off. They've lost incredible rating numbers, like in the last, you know, since the election day, just dropping on
they
like
want
crazy.
them to do?
Everything. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And like, isn't it funny that you probably remember this, but for the longest time, for the last like 15, 20 years, Fox News has been known as this biased news network. Everybody bitches at them being, oh, you guys are so biased and talking shit.
Pretty much since inception.
Yeah. And then the one time they have some sort of fucking journalistic integrity and tell the truth, their audience is like, you've betrayed us. But it is kind of their fault because they've built that audience, right? They built up an audience that's used to just hearing what they want to hear from them, you know? So when they finally did tell them the truth and it was something that they didn't want to hear, they, you know, the audience is turning their backs on them. They're saying, Fox News was never for us. They've been lying to us all this time.
But
that's the funny thing about it. That's what I'm saying. It's funny, right? How funny is that?
I hate to be like this, but over the past few weeks, it's become really clear, if you're paying any attention, that the Trump people are the most sensitive goddamn people on planet Earth.
Yeah, they are.
They can't handle anything.
Yeah,
like,
I was making this point.
You could
earlier.
lose the election and talk some shit about how people are too dumb to realize what they're doing. Go for that fucking angle.
Yeah, that's fine.
Don't say it didn't fucking happen.
It was still they're getting mad because what Fox News was reporting was, you know, that people are saying there's fraud and this and that, and they're telling the truth. They're saying there's no evidence for that. You know, they're like, Giuliani came out and he said there's fraud and everything he's showing is either getting thrown out by courts or being proven to not be true. So, you know, what's Fox News going to do? Lie to you? They're finally having some integrity and they're telling you the truth. They're like, yeah, Giuliani's saying this, but it's not true, you know, and people are getting mad about that. But I was making this point that for a lot of people, this is their first big loss. Because, yeah, I think before these 4 years, we had Obama for 8 years. So there's a lot, that's 12 years of people turning 18 and becoming new voters or becoming more political. And so the whole time they were, you know, they probably grew up Obama, but then they finally got their win of Trump, you know, and now they're like, yeah, this is our first big win. You know, I just finally became political and I can vote and I got this big win. And now they've just suffered their first big loss, you know, and they don't know how to handle that, you know. Just like the left didn't know how to handle the big loss of when they lost to Trump, you know. But this is definitely a lot of new kids that are like first time they've ever suffered this big loss in politics, you know, when they were very invested in it. They don't want to let
I
it
guess
go.
that would be awkward, but do you really want to make it more fucking awkward?
Yeah,
like
it is.
sitting there in denial?
Oh, yeah.
Like, how long are they gonna do this?
Yeah. I mean, that's what Fox News basically are like. How long are we gonna toot this horn that, you know, that we don't know who won this when we know who won this, you know, and it's obvious, it's staring us in the face. Even if you think it is fraud and this and that, you have to at least have the understanding that a news network can't tell you that without evidence, you know, without any sort of evidence. Like, how can they do that? You gotta know that a news network doesn't want to do that, you know, that they're gonna ruin their integrity doing that.
Well,
which, not that they have much integrity in the first place, but I mean, you know, Fox News tries to at least have a little bit, you know. they're not trying to be 100% bias and bullshit, you know. They gotta
how
have
much
an
of it
inkling
is
in
being blamed on them being sold to the fucking, I forgot who it was, Disney? How much of it is being blamed on that?
Fox News is not Disney. Disney bought all the other Fox properties and it split off. So Fox News is its own company separate from the stuff Disney bought, you know?
Huh.
Yeah, like Rupert Murdoch still owns Fox News. He sold off 21st Century Fox, other Fox entertainment branches, and just kept the news aspect of Fox. So those other stuff that Disney bought no longer has the name Fox on it either. 21st Century Fox is just called 21st Century now. Like, they've lost all the Fox stuff that's taken out of it. Like, remember 21st Century Fox, the film company that was a Fox company? They sold that to Disney. So now that's just 21st Century. The Fox part of it is gone. It's not a Fox company anymore, basically. Like, Disney didn't buy Fox, they bought Fox subsidiaries. That's a good way to put it. They bought a bunch of Fox subsidiaries. Like, Fox basically just kept the news subsidiary and sold all their other subsidiaries to Disney. So just their news department is what isn't Disney. I know it's kind of confusing, but yeah, that's how it goes. They sold everything but the news section. But yeah, she brought that up in that video. We watched the video earlier from a girl talking about it, and she brought that up talking about Disney. That Disney owns them now and this and that. And I'm like, that's not true. Like, Disney only bought everything but the news section. The news section Rupert Murdoch kept, and that's what his company is now. It's Fox News Entertainment.
Oh, shit. I guess we're just gonna have to accept that they're trying to report news then.
Yeah, it's happened before. They used to have Shepard Smith. I used to like him because he was the only guy on Fox News that was a right-winger, so he would agree with the right-wing stuff, but he would call it out when they were saying fake shit, you know, like, and he would be like, that's not true, like, and he was the only guy there that was actually had some journalistic integrity, and when shit was bullshit.
He's the one who looks really weird, right?
Yeah, they fired him eventually, because he was doing that for a while.
Him.
Oh, yeah, but he was doing that for a while. He was on there pretty much the entire Trump administration, like, calling out whenever Fox News was saying bullshit about Trump to make him look better and shit. And him being like, that's not true. He's like, look, I don't hate on
that's
Trump.
why he had to go.
Yeah, he's like, I don't hate on Trump, but I mean, I'm not going to sit here and report lies to make him look good. You know, like, he's like, I report the truth. This is what's the truth that's happening. So they fired him. Now he's working for like an opposite network, like CNN or MSNBC. They just gave him his own show.
CNN,
yeah. And he's good. He's a good reporter. He tries to be not biased. I'm sure he has bias, but It's like I can't with Fox News and stuff. I'm cool with them being entertainment and sensationalized, but you know, there's a certain degree of integrity you gotta at least have, man. You know, and I don't think Fox News usually has it, but there are occasions where it's popped up throughout the years where they've been like, "Whoa, this is too far." Like, you know, this is what really is happening. Let's not push it too much. Oh, this Groiper kid's 17. No wonder.
Yeah.
The what?
This Groiper kid
Explains
that
a
was in the
lot.
chat arguing with Grant and them is 17. The one talking about gay stuff and all that. I was saying earlier, he says the only news I trust is America First with Nick Fuentes because he's the only person I trust to not be a shill of the Jews. And I'm like, why would anybody listen to anyone?
A 17-year-old
Yeah.
is worried about.
Yeah, exactly, right? With 17-year-olds, where I'm like, I don't give a shit about no fucking Israeli shill shit. It's so weird to care about that at 17, even. But on top of that,
You're
it's so
being
weird
sold
to look
down
at.
a fucking river, man.
It's so weird to listen to. I was saying earlier, it's so weird to listen to someone under 25 as your source of news and knowledge and shit. Like the dude's brain isn't even fully formed yet, and you're listening to him for what's fucking real, for what's going on in the world. He has no idea. Trust me. Neither do you. You have
Crazy to
even
see
less of an idea.
17-year-olds think that they know anything about
Yeah.
politics and how shit works.
You're 17,
And
so it seems like to
I
you
mean
that
that
a
in the least
22-year knows
condescending
what
way
he's
as
talking
possible.
about. I was like, he's 17, so he thinks this 22-year-old he listens to makes any sense, and it's like,
Oh,
hey,
that's
okay,
painful.
trust me, that 22-year-old doesn't know much more than you do. Like, you don't know shit, and he doesn't know shit.
It's pretty brutal, yeah.
It just seems like he knows shit because he knows a little bit more shit than you do. He's a little older. That's about it. But he don't know shit.
It's kind of sad, man.
I do all this stuff.
17-year-old is in here banging on about the Jews.
Yeah, about the Jews. Can you imagine? God. Yeah, he doesn't do shit. It's like telling him, they're asking him if he's got a girl or anything.
Go play Mario Party, man. Go.
Yeah. Yeah, go play some video games.
Like, what the
Like
fuck
one
are
of
you
those
banging
moments
on
where
about
you're
the
telling
Jews for
people
at
to play
17?
video games. Like, yeah, maybe you need to play more video games and get your mind out of this bullshit.
Yeah. Fucking fire up some Tetris, man. You're in too deep if you're banging on about the Jews at 17.
And listening to
That's rough.
some nerd who's at some fucking speech going, Graper, Graper, Graper. Like it means anything. Like it doesn't mean shit. It's so weird. Children are weird.
Shit like that makes me kind of sad, but that
Yeah.
was... I think that's kind of another product of the Trump thing. I think without Trump being, in such a good spot, you'll see a lot of the I'm into politics because meme, bro.
Yes,
I think they're dipping.
That's what was happening when Trump won. They were saying, "Yeah, we won the meme war," and it's like, what? A meme war?
Meme war?
That's some larpy ass shit. Like, what are you larping at something? What is this? What is this fanfic you're writing about winning some sort of meme war? Like, what meme war? What are you talking about?
Oh, it's fucking woeful.
So silly.
Not surprised about it, but still, it's meme war. Cool.
Oh, also remember Nick Fuentes hung out with what's his name? Baked Alaska of all
Baked
people.
Alaska. I was just thinking of that.
That's another thing. I can't listen to anybody who hangs out with a loser like Baked Alaska. Like what? Never.
I can't be taking anybody from that crew seriously at all. Like at all. Their other boy, Ralph, apparently he's cheating on his girlfriend. Like, I logged onto Discord and I have a bunch of messages talking about how Ralph is out there and he's cheating on his girlfriend after hanging out with Nick Fuentes. It's like, fuck, man. These are losers. All the Trump people are such fucking cringy motherfuckers.
But they know the things.
Something Jew, something Trump. It's like, I don't get that shit. I can't lie, it does make me kind of sad that there's a 17-year-old singing on about the Jews.
Yeah.
Like that kind of made my eyes get real wide when he says, like, fuck, man, that's so unfun. Like, if I could go back and be 17, you know what I'm not gonna be fucking doing?
So many things.
Top 10 things I'm not even gonna fucking consider. It's all of them right there. Bitching about politics and the Jews at 17. Ugh.
Made me feel a little like okay, like makes everything like makes more sense now knowing his age, but hopefully that's just like a little phase that he'll get out
I'm
of.
hoping it's a
I
phase.
mean,
Yeah, I hope
not
so.
too old.
I'm hoping
not
a
too
lot of
young.
these kids are just in a phase and they're gonna hit like 25, 26, and they'll start leaving this stuff behind.
Donald
It's
Trump
shocking,
was
but
their.
it's like, ooh, thank God, only 17.
Yeah, you can look at it as maybe Donald Trump is their version of like just something that comes and goes in youth.
Yeah.
Donald Trump is their AFI. Donald Trump is their.
This is the punk rock,
like-
don't you know?
Yeah.
This is like the
30 Seconds to
hardcore
Mars.
side of you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
yeah.
fad,
Donald
of
Trump
course.
is their offspring. Cool. I still kind of like the offspring. Not a lot.
I thought they weren't that bad.
Mm.
They were cool.
It's a 45-year-old guy with a skateboard and shorts, and I don't know. It's kind of weird, but they're okay.
The songs are catchy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you
Like,
missed
Donald
Rambo
Trump
last
is the
night.
smash mouth of politics.
We watched the Rambo 4. Is that the Cambodia one? Or
Wait,
Burma?
which one's for?
The one in Burma with the Christians.
Oh.
We watched that one last night. That was fun.
Yeah, that's good shit.
Yeah, movies. Is like
That's what.
nuts.
A 17-year-old guy, go watch Rambo.
Yeah, go watch some Rambo, bro. That'll teach you how to be a man, not Nick Fuentes.
You'll get that fucking shit out of your system, and you want to feel patriotic and care about America, do it vicariously through a Rambo flick. Way better than living vicariously through fucking Baked Alaska and Nick Fuentes. What the fuck? Did who watched it with you? Was it like Devin, Marino, and everybody?
Yeah. I think it was us,
Okay,
Chris.
did they dig it?
Who else was in there? Was Sean? Did Sean watch with us? I think Sean might have even watched.
Um,
Sean, actual Justice Warrior, not Kiko.
No, I
No,
don't think he was here with us. Bill watched with us.
Bill, that's what they
and,
watched with us. That was
So
fun.
I should have watched it.
I think that was it.
And then we watched some horror stuff. Watched The Stuff.
The Stuff.
The Stuff.
Yeah.
I fucking love
That
that
was
movie.
creepy.
It's a weird one.
Killer yogurt movie. You can't beat that. With what was his name? Mo Rutherford. I was like, this guy's the man. Watch like this whole movie gets saved from this dude.
They had a little monkey in there.
Yeah.
That guy from
Whoa, dog.
Halloween.
No, that's not The Stuff.
Oh, no, that was the other one. Sorry, I'm mixing up two
Phenomena
movies.
with Jennifer
Yeah, that
Connelly and Donald Pleasance. That was good.
That was
And the
one.
monkey,
Yeah.
the monkey. You remember the whole time we're like, "Where's the monkey? Monkey!" We were like cheering the monkey to come stab somebody. Like, come on, monkey, get revenge. That movie was awesome. Blossom.
Hey, Blossom.
Ah. I see her. I looked at her and I was like, I didn't fucking hear anything. Okay, she's in the chat. Hi, Blossom.
Come hang out in the pouch,
There's
Blossom.
too many
Come stream with us as we discuss nonsensical things for no reason. Because I don't know what else there is. What else has been going on that's funny? We seen Tonka. We were laughing because we seen Ian Miles Chung call out a guy for being a Chinese account.
You what?
He called out a guy for being a Chinese account. Like the guy was coming at him or something. He's like, well, you're a Chinese account. And everybody's looking at him like, you're a Malaysian account. Like, what are you talking about?
What does that
bro?
mean?
Like, what? I don't, he's on this kick saying that there's Chinese accounts out there pretending to be conservatives so they can breed, like, division within the conservatives. But it's like, you're a Malaysian account and you're coming and talking about shit. Like, technically, you're doing that. It's so weird. People are weird.
that was the monkey, Cairo.
Where's the monkey? Huh?
Oh, hang on.
Oh,
You sent me a picture.
Jennifer
the
Connelly was
weird
my
shit-
chick, right? Yeah, she was really young in that. Very pretty.
The weirdest shit about Ian is you can talk to him and you can have a normal conversation. He'll come off like a normal guy. but he will post the wackiest shit sometimes.
Oh yeah.
And I've had fuck tons of conversations with him. He can seem normal.
Yeah, but then he says
Like,
some
he
crazy ass shit, right?
comes off like a normal fucking guy, and we'll talk about all kinds of shit. And it's like, well, it's it's a normal conversation, nothing out of the ordinary, really. And then I'll hear about some wacky shit he posted. Oh, what the fuck is he doing that for? And it's like you said, he's in Malaysia.
Yeah, like why is he so invested in American politics when he's in Malaysia?
Hey
I don't think
guys.
it's Blossom. But I'm sure it makes some money. That's where I figure most of it is him.
Well, yeah,
Probably
he
just
writes
getting-
for a
yeah.
conservative site and
Exactly.
shit, which is
That's
like
probably
that's one of
most
the
of
big
what he's
reasons
getting.
that guys like Ralph and all them fucking hate him, is because he actually is a journalist.
He actually has a job doing what they wish they did,
Yeah,
I guess. Or what
but
they
at the
think
same
they are.
time, he says crazy shit.
Yeah. But I'm guessing it's for that. It's for the money of the, having a story and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Having an audience. He has a
At least
group
he's
of
getting
followers
money.
that listen to. I see his replies. People respond to him and they're like, "Yeah, brother, preach." And it's like, holy shit! Like people believe this shit. Wow, amazing. And that's what I was saying about the Surfs TV guy too. He's Canadian. It's like, why are these people always saying "we" and talking about politics, about our politics, and saying "we" all the time? Like, I don't understand that.
Now that is one mistake I do not make.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You ever see that Surfs TV guy? He's like a communist, socialist kind of guy, and he's always talking about that. He says "we" and stuff like. He's like, "We lefties, if we're gonna do this, we," and it's like, you're not part of us, bro. Like, what are you talking about? His name's Surfs
Brendan
TV.
Fraser.
He looks like Brendan Fraser.
Oh, that fucking guy.
Yeah, like if Brendan
He posted
Fraser
the
had
thing
a
where he was
retarded
talking about
son.
natives the other day. Oh god.
Yeah, we were talking about natives the other day, and you're like, "What the?
Get the
what?"
personification
He's
of
like, "Who the
mayonnaise out
fuck
here.
is this white boy talking about?" Like, motherfucker.
Jesus.
I was trying to put up this image, and it's not working for me.
I've only seen him talk one time, and it was when he talked to Sean, and he was such a condescending, fake laughing dipshit who didn't know what the fuck he was talking about.
Yeah,
that
but yet what came out
I
super
wrote him
smug
off
as
that
if
day.
he did know what he was talking about, but he obviously didn't. So it was really weird.
It's really smug to be so fucking stupid.
Again, our favorite chimp up on the screen. Let's see if he pops up.
Nice.
Yeah, he was cute.
Looks just like Tonka.
Sure.
We're watching it. That's from, if you guys ever want to watch it, it's called Phenomena or Creepers. There's another name for it, but it's Dario Argento film with Jennifer Connelly and Donald Pleasance. And Daria, what was her last name? Nicolino, I think is her last name. She just died. We found out. Weird. We watched that movie last night, woke up to find out that she died this morning.
Yeah.
Oh shit, we just watched that.
That's only a little awkward.
Yeah.
That's intense.
Which is Asia Argento's mother. She was like the villain in that movie. Sad, but hey.
It's a little awkward.
Yeah, it was a little awkward, but at least it's kind of a nice send off. We got to enjoy a nice movie that we enjoyed with her in it. Had a good time watching it. Send her off with what she did that she loved to do, was to entertain people. It all works out. How you doing, Blossom?
I'm doing good. How are you? How was your Thanksgiving?
It was alright, just hanging out. I did the Thanksgiving stuff on Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I did that today.
Okay.
I completed the events and I got some special items from it, so excited about that.
Nice.
Does Chris do you play Animal Crossing?
No, I need to get
She doesn't
the
have a
Switch. I don't have the
You
Switch.
don't have Switch?
No.
That's
But I do
all.
the bakery story. But I haven't done that
I
in a
don't
while.
like
bakery
Actually,
story.
my bakery's probably on fire.
And Bakery's
I
probably on fire.
played that years ago with my sister, and I've lived my life in bakery story. I have zero interest in it to this day. I got so far, and then I was like, okay, I've done everything that I want to do in this game. Like, I'm done.
That's how I feel about all mobile games.
I'm getting to max level.
All mobile games
Oh
have
my
that period
gosh.
that you could play them for a
I'm
while, but they
surprised
run out of
Tonka
fast.
got into Bakery Story. Like,
Me
I feel like
too. He's
if
got a
I
nice
were to ask
bakery.
him, like, all the shit that I have asked Tonka to do, 9 times out of 10, it's a hard no from him. And the fact that he plays fucking Bakery Story, like,
Yeah, but
I can't fathom it.
that's you're not Faye. That's why. Faye
Oh, is
uses
that
her,
why?
Yeah, she uses her Jew
Obviously.
powers.
She's very persuasive.
Well, you know the Jews, right? They're good at that.
Men will do anything Faye asks them to do, other than date her.
Other than date her.
Yeah,
Have you guys seen Faye's Bakery though? Because oh my god,
Yeah,
her
that shit's
place
nuts.
is amazing.
She's got that discipline. The discipline you need to have an awesome bakery.
Yeah, there's only so many like mochas and brownies and cakes that I can generate.
Yeah. And she spent no money on that game. Like I look at what level she's on, I look at all the stuff, like she shows us screen caps of it, and I'm like, yeah, but how much money did you spend to get there? She was like, none. I just played it every day for a year. And I'm like,
See, no,
she spent
yeah,
no
I'm
money.
definitely somebody that will cave and use
Yeah.
money.
That's what I'm saying. She's like
never
straight
really
disciplined. She
that.
played it every day for like over a year, you know? Like she just straight up disciplined that shit and did it.
You'll put money in a phone game.
I would never.
I have, yeah.
I haven't
I
with
never
the
have.
bakery, but I'm so far behind. And I've put the stuff to get more points and things, and then I forget about it, and it's
To
on
me,
fire, or
to
it's
me,
just
a product, and if I enjoy the said product, I want it to keep getting good, and if I can support said product, then
Yeah, maybe
I
that's what it is.
find-
I've never played a phone game I like enough to spend money on it. Like,
I've spent money on, I think, well, not a whole lot, maybe like a couple, but the top of my head, I can think of Pocket Camp. I've put money on that.
yeah, see,
I need to be having
I
a
played
great
Pocket Camp for a
time
little
to
while
throw
and I got
money.
bored of it really fast.
I can't fathom throwing money
Yeah.
at fucking phone shit.
But for a while, that's all I really had time to do was play phone games. Like, so to me, it was like it balanced out because
now you got
it's
a
not like
Switch.
I was gaming on my computer or a console. Yeah, now I have a Switch. Now I just play Animal Crossing.
I just bought Nino Kuni actually for $15 on the Switch, which is an awesome deal because it's like $50 normally.
Nice. Yeah, I have a couple of games in my wish list that.
But I always wanted to
I'm
play that
waiting.
game because it looks like a Studio Ghibli movie. It looks really cool, so I'm like, oh, I want to play
Yeah,
this.
that would look really cool for sure.
So it was like a big sale for everybody to get whatever games.
Yeah, they
want,
got
Steam
the
and
Black
stuff.
Friday sales going on, all the shops for all the consoles and stuff.
I totally forgot about Black Friday, and I work retail. Isn't that?
You
sad?
guys have Black Friday the same day as us? That doesn't even make sense. Like for us, it's always the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, like, well,
For you guys, it's not
where I work
Thanksgiving.
specifically doesn't take place in it, but there are some that will cash in on the Black Friday. I think over here, Cyber Monday is more popular, but like,
Yeah. Is it a thing that like you guys do Black Friday the same day as us, or do you guys do it on a different Friday sometimes, or depends where?
no, I think in general it's mostly businesses that will cash in around this time of year and brand everything as like a Black Friday sale. It is smart business to do it.
I was saying with us,
but
it's tied to
the same-
Thanksgiving, so it's kind of weird because you guys have Thanksgiving
Right.
on different days,
Yeah,
so
and
then
our
your Black
Thanksgiving
Friday is
isn't
not
on
tied to
December,
Thanksgiving.
so.
Which is a little
Yeah,
weird to me.
so we
to
just
think
kind of
of,
piggyback off you guys a little bit, like usual.
You got our Black Friday back.
Yeah.
I don't know how Black Friday is gonna work, but I gotta work, so I'll find out soon enough. I'm sure there's gonna be limits to how many people can be in the store.
Oh, I'm sure
at a
that's gonna go
time.
well.
That's probably gonna be a pain in the ass. It's gonna be great for the employees because we don't have to deal with so many customers at once.
I don't know if I could
But
work
I don't know how
a
that's
Black
gonna work.
Friday in a pandemic. Like that sounds like danger. Like straight up super dangerous.
Yeah, we got a bunch of regulations and shit. We don't get near people. We got masks that they provide us and all this shit.
We
They check our
recently
temperatures.
had to get back some of our restrictions from back at the beginning of the year. Like, so now I'm kind of more allowed to tell people to like back the fuck up away from me.
Hell yeah, I actually like it. I don't want people breathing in my face. I kind of like the social
Yeah,
distance and mask
not.
thing. Like, I kind of like not having
I hate
random
people,
people's
like,
faces in my face.
Yeah, following me around the store. Like, stop. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god. Like,
Talking and
face,
like saliva flying at your face from them talking to you and shit, like asking you
moistly
something.
talking. Yeah, now we're actually allowed to tell people to wear masks.
Yeah.
Before we had to assume that they weren't wearing one for a medical reason, but now we
Oh,
are
no, yeah, that
actually
happens to
allowed
me.
to say,
How
hey,
fucking Canadian.
Yeah,
Right?
it is pretty
It's
fucking
very-
Canadian. Yeah, you're not allowed in
It's
stores
really-
here without a mask.
like
Every
stores
store will
would have
kick you out.
signs on them that say
Mhm.
mask mandatory, but if
Mhm.
I were to go in and be like, hey, I have asthma, I'm not wearing one, they'd be like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Or they wouldn't even ask, they would just assume.
Yeah, here we choke
that
you
there's
out.
a reason why.
You say you got asthma, we choke you out.
Yeah.
And then drag you out and leave you on the curb. No, that doesn't happen. That has happened when they call the cops.
yeah,
And the cops do that. It has happened. I don't get the big deal. I wear it for work for hours. It doesn't bother me. You know, I mean, it could be.
I'm
It has
so used to
small annoyances. Yeah, it's like small annoyances that don't really mean much. I
I
can
have
tolerate. They're
a
not that
mask
big deal.
that I can bend the wire
Mhm.
really well so my glasses don't fog because I'm
Oh, yeah,
blind
that's
as
cool.
fuck.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And as long as I can see,
Mhm.
like,
But I don't
there
get the
are
people
times
like I'm
where,
working
like-
with it, and I don't get the people who bitch about going in a store and having to wear it for 10 minutes, you know, while you're shopping in a store. Like you can
I
take it
know,
off the second
like,
you go
I'll-
outside. It's not that big of a deal. Like just
yeah,
put it on
I'll
to
be
go in
like
the
ringing
store.
people in
10
at the end
minutes.
of their transaction,
Really?
and I have like my mask on, and they're like taking it off, and like,
Fidgeting
oh my
with
god, I
it.
can't breathe. And I'm like, oh my god, you've been in here 30 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, you.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I know. You,
Oh my
now,
God,
you want to
it's
smack
like,
those
try-
people because it's
try
like
living
really
my
you
life.
can't breathe. I've been having this mask over my face for like 5 hours now. You tell me you
Right?
can't breathe.
Yeah.
And I have serious
And-
asthma. I literally do have serious asthma, and I wear a mask all
I have
day.
anxiety, and I
It's
get
not that bad.
claustrophobic
Yeah.
if I wear it too long.
And it's
So
like, if I
technically,
could do it-
I'd legally probably be allowed to not wear one, but
Yeah.
at the same time, I don't want to get sick.
If I could do it, then you can come in my store for 10 minutes and wear a mask and not fucking bitch at me for
Right.
telling you to wear
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Like, it's not that big of a
You
deal.
could just put on a dog cone.
Yeah, yeah, that would be cool. I would laugh at that. That would be fun. I would enjoy watching people
I'm
walk
just
around
so
with dog
over
cones.
like people bitching at me for stuff that's out of my control.
Yeah, yeah, and that too.
Yeah.
Are
bitching
you
to
kidding me?
service
Like, do you
people is
think
always
like this
stupid.
applies to me
Doesn't make
too?
sense.
It's not just you.
Yeah.
For fuck's sakes, like seriously. Sometimes I get really nice customers, and they're like, stay safe, thank you. I'm like, oh, you're so nice.
But for the most part, at least where I live, people have been pretty decent. There hasn't been much of a ruckus about having to wear masks.
I'm noticing an increase in
Yeah,
attitude. the
our
last couple
lockdown wasn't as bad, I think, as other people, but also we suffered like the most deaths. So I guess maybe that's could be an issue of why that happened. But we didn't lock down too bad. Like I was only out of work for like a month and a half, and I was right back to work. Basically.
Oh, I was out of work for several months.
Yeah, see, I
think,
only had like a month and a half.
I think
and we
that
opened up
we've
again.
only had 65 deaths from the virus in Nova Scotia.
Oh yeah, but your population's probably tiny, or dense population's probably
And we
tiny
locked
compared to
down
mine.
really quick. Like we shut our borders pretty
Mhm.
quick. I think
We got
nailed
it late. That's kind of what happened with us. I think we kind of felt like we weren't going to really get it because New York was getting it really bad. And we weren't getting spikes, even though New York was spiking like crazy. And we're like, I guess maybe it's going to stay contained to New York and not come here. But then all of a sudden, one day, it started spiking like crazy over here. And it was like, oh, well, here it is. It's made it.
I've seen it go the other way.
Mhm.
Where people were... I don't know. There's a lot of people who were on board with, like, wearing masks and shit that... Like, they'll even make posts now that they just don't wear masks. They don't do
Yeah.
any of this shit.
I mean, it also very much depends on where you live and your population. If you live in a small town with like fucking 30 people, I say, you know, like, yeah, don't wear masks. I don't give a shit, you know.
I think this one.
But
One
if
of
you
them
live
was
in a
in
densely
Toronto.
populated place, it's like, yeah, that's obviously it's gonna get around you. People are constantly around each other.
I think one of them was in Toronto and the other one was
Yeah.
in Melbourne.
I thought, did Melbourne
It's
get
not
it bad?
Accugen,
I
by
don't
the way.
remember. I don't remember if Melbourne got it bad. How bad they got it. Toronto did get it pretty good.
It's odd. I don't have much faith in people's ability to do the right shit,
Nah.
any of that kind of thing.
That's
so
to say,
I'm not
people
really
get mad
surprised what they
that
do
the
either way.
government's telling us to do stuff, and they're like, "Oh, they're trying to take our liberties," but they weren't trying to do that at the beginning. They were just giving us advice, and we weren't listening. You know, like, and shit just kept getting worse. So then it got to a point where they were like, "Okay, now you can't go here." You know, it's getting bad. Like, don't go here. We're gonna arrest you if you go there. And it's like, and people are bitching about that. And it's like, well, if you listened in the first place and everybody wore masks and social distance from the beginning, it might not be as bad. You know, we could have helped out.
Yeah, like I had people on my Facebook contemplating having Halloween parties.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like I had
Yeah.
like somebody on Discord like asked me like what I was doing for Halloween. I was like, not having a fucking party. Like, why the fuck would I purposely put myself in a place with a lot of people? It's bad enough that I have to go to work and do that, let alone fucking do it. Like,
They were doing that now with Thanksgiving, and people were bitching, and people were telling people like, fuck the rules, celebrate Thanksgiving anyway," which is fine, whatever. But I mean, Thanksgiving I think is kind of different. Like, people's families, not everybody has huge families. Like, if you want to, they weren't even saying not to. They were saying up to a certain amount of people. I think it was like 6 to 8 people per household or something. It's like, yeah, just do
you
that.
guys use the term bubbling where you live?
Bubbling?
No,
Bubbling?
what is it?
No.
Bubbling?
Yeah, so it started with the Atlantic bubble. All the Atlantic provinces bubbled together where you could visit one and not have to quarantine because it was easier to track everybody. So families and coworkers are bubbling together because they see each other all the time, they're around each other, and that's basically what bubbling is. So if you bubble with your family, it should be okay to have Thanksgiving celebrations. But when you're bringing in people that you're not normally around all the time and kind of monitor what they're doing,
They're basically
it
saying
can
keep it
put yourself at
intermediate this
risk.
year. Just keep it to your intermediate family. Don't have the huge 100 people gatherings, you know, that some families have because they have huge families. You know, like, just keep it tight. For 1 year, like, damn, people can't fucking not do a holiday for 1 year, like, one time. Is it really that serious? Like, I personally, myself, I don't really care much about
it's
holidays.
one thing for us, yeah.
Yeah, like, holidays mean nothing to me. It's just like a tradition we do, but like, I miss holidays all the time where I don't feel like doing it, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever. You know, I don't have like kids or something that I have to keep that up for. So if I don't feel like doing it 1 year, I'll just be like, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. If it were up to me, I
So
wouldn't
missing
even
a year
bother,
of
but,
not having Thanksgiving or something for 1 year is not a big deal to me. I mean, you could still do it with the family you live with because you live with them. So just do that. Like, why is that tough?
Yeah. Like, I live by myself right now, so like, if my family wants to celebrate a holiday, then I will. But if they didn't want to, I wouldn't go out of my way to
Maybe it's just a thing with me because I'm a child of immigrants, so I never had a big family in the U.S. Like,
Yeah.
I had like one aunt in New York City and her kids, and that's it. You know, like, I'd never had a big family. So anytime I didn't celebrate American holidays, at least here, you know, with family. If I was in another country celebrating one of their holidays, then yeah, there would be a lot of people there. But that was
we
rare
have
for me.
a couple of, well, depending on the side of the family, there are some where we actually have to rent a space to host all the people. So I would imagine those aren't going to happen this year because that would be very irresponsible.
But it's
I'm
weird
not,
how
like,
people
a
are
big
turning
fan of
this.
those gatherings anyway. Like, I'm.
It's weird how people are turning the government trying to handle this pandemic into yet another conspiracy of them trying to control us and this and that. And it's like, when does something happen that's not a conspiracy? That's what I want to know. When does
I
that
know people
happen?
are saying like, or people here in like Canada are comparing the lockdowns and restrictions to like George Orwell's 1984.
Yeah, right. I
And I'm
seen
like, for
that.
fuck's sakes, are you kidding
Fuck,
me?
I forgot. Damn, I'm not gonna remember the post now. But I saw a post that did something similar to that, where it was like, you know how like you'll get those memes that's like one picture and then another picture, and the first
Yeah.
picture was like, you know, a tweet from like a mayor or something saying not to celebrate Thanksgiving or something like that, and then the other one was like some like Nazi thing or whatever, and it's like, damn, they pushed that from one time telling you 1 year don't celebrate Thanksgiving. Now that means that they're Nazis, and
I know. It's like,
it's like we realize there's a pandemic going on, right? So there is a reason for these things. It's not like people are
yeah, these are-
randomly telling you not to
yeah,
celebrate Thanksgiving. You know, it's not a
nobody
random
wants to have these
rule.
regulations in place, but it's what's
Yeah.
best for everybody as a whole.
In the end, if the government had faith that the people would just listen, they wouldn't need to make it a rule. You know, they would just be like, "Hey,
Right,
don't
and
clump
people
up
don't
together."
listen.
That's it. You know, like if you clump up together, this is what's gonna happen. And if people listen, then it wouldn't be a big deal. But obviously, that's super idealistic to think anybody would listen because we live in a world with billions of people with varieties of understanding and mentalities.
Yeah, it's certainly frustrating, and it doesn't help that people are
Mhm.
ignorant and don't do their part.
Yeah, it's good to live in a small town in times like these, though. I'll tell you that much.
Ah, Jacob got pumpkin pie. Good job.
It gets a little scary when you live in a densely populated area during pandemics. But this is like the first pandemic I could think of in my lifetime, at least, that was like a global thing like this.
I remember swine flu.
Yeah,
when
swine
I
flu,
graduated
but that was
high
very
school
small.
was that
And
that created a lot of, well, not a lot of, but like some panic.
yeah,
And
there
I
was fear,
remember,
but it didn't hit
yeah,
to the
I remember
levels
they
that people
pushed the
feared.
vaccine on us like
Mm.
crazy, but it wasn't anywhere near this level. Like it wasn't
No.
lockdown level
And
where
I don't think
people
that
were
was
like,
global evil. I think it was just like the bigger countries. But I don't think it hit like smaller countries like this has too. This is like hit every country.
yeah, this is definitely like the most intense
Uh-huh.
global thing that I've lived through so far.
It's definitely put a damper on a lot of orgies. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, everybody just like trying to like orgy it up.
Yeah,
wearing
but
their,
with
like,
masks.
they're like trying to make out and like
Uh,
do things, and it's like, ah, I can't take my mask off. Sorry, like
I'm
my
sure they'd
penis
figure
can't
it
be in
out.
my mouth.
We can
Yeah.
figure
Glory
anything out.
holes.
I
I
mean,
think that's
restaurants are
wasn't
setting
that what
Get it in my ear.
restaurants are setting
remember
tables outside,
Toronto?
so people figure it out.
Toronto was talking about glory holes at the
Glory
beginning of all
holes,
this.
yeah.
I think wasn't
Glory
it?
holes are
There you
safe.
go. Are
I
you
mean, you
still in
don't
the
got
chat?
it's not mouth to mouth. You're safe. You
Oh
got
my god, I
you got the
cannot.
normal things to worry about. Glory holes to worry about, not COVID.
Dude, let me stick my dick in the wall and see what happens.
Let's see what happens.
Very good.
Only good things.
It is a good way to spread STDs. I'll tell you that much. I remember that.
Angle.
It's an Always Sunny one where they found the glory hole in their bathroom. They're like, "What the hell is this? It's a glory hole." I'm like, what? And then they tried
Don't
to
you
use it.
remember? Oh, hurry down.
He said, "How do you know it's not a guy on the other side sucking your dick?" Over there? They're like, "Oh yeah."
I
He's
know,
like,
yeah. Like, what if you
like,
go
"Oh,
to
yeah."
a glory hole and you're getting the best dick sucking of your life? Like, it's like the best, and then you hear like homeboy cough or like compliment you, and
Yeah.
you're like, oh my god.
Oh yeah, that was good. Yeah, no. Yeah, so then they added a little sliding door thing so you can look over to the other side and see if it's a man or a woman. But then that eliminates the purpose of the glory hole, so it becomes a huge problem. And they're like, that eliminates the entire purpose. And then the whole purpose is to not be able to see each other.
I don't know if I could participate in a glory hole.
No, that's how much.
Oh,
That was on the other side.
Marino remembers, so that's okay. I'm not crazy.
For me, I assume that
Memory
most people that would use a glory hole are probably the people that you wouldn't want to have any sex with or of any kind or any type of intimate or sexual encounter with. So I would just always assume that no, that whatever's on the other side of that glory hole is going to be something disgusting, dirty, or or some greasy fat dude or something.
A man.
Yeah. Yeah. Regardless, even for women too, like don't you think that the vast majority of the times if you sucked a dick out of glory hole, it was going to be attached to a gross, nasty dude,
homeless guy.
like a homeless guy or some dude who hasn't taken a bath in a long time.
Oh, you would smell it first.
Yeah, it's true.
It's so gross. Like if I can
Oh
smell
gosh.
your area.
Oh no.
That's how Blossom finds men that she likes. She sniffs them out.
Yeah, I'm like a
Around
dog.
sniffing crotches.
I go right to the crotch and I go.
If you ever met Blossom in person, and
No, you're a good person.
If you ever meet Blossom in person and you notice that as you're talking to her, she slowly starts getting closer and closer to your crotch until she's basically talking to your crotch.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, yeah,
that means-
hold that thought.
That means you got an in.
I'm
You're gonna get some. That means you're in.
Yeah.
High five, bro. Your dick smells so good. That's something I don't think any guy has ever heard before. That's a funny one.
Marino's telling me to stop. I'm sorry, Marino.
Some stuff sounds really risky. What, glory holes in Canada? I imagine a documentary on that, the differences between Canadian glory holes and American glory holes.
There's a lot more apologies that happen.
Yeah,
in
sorry.
the Canadian.
Sorry.
Hey there, bud. Oh, sorry there.
You always get a sorry when the dick starts coming in through the hole. It's like, sorry.
I'm really sorry about what's gonna happen.
Sorry. Oh, that would be funny. That'd be a funny sketch.
Sounds really risky.
Yeah, that too. Like you really don't know who's on the other side. Sounds risky.
Marino says ours would be cleaner and the dicks would be bigger.
Oh.
I don't know about that. I mean, aren't there a lot of Asians in Canada?
Yes. We do have a lot of Asians here. They love us.
Now that brings down the average.
I love when I get Asian customers. They're the best people, I
Are they?
swear. Especially their kids. Like, they're hilarious.
I think, at least for me in this area, if I get Asian immigrants, it's like 50-50. Some of them would be super sweet and some of them would just be, just totally ignore you and not give you any respect at all. But if they're like Asian Americans, then they're usually pretty nice. I don't think I've ever had rude or mean Asian American customers. They've always been super friendly.
Mine
Asian
have
Canadian.
been pretty polite. Fairly quiet. I know that, yeah. But,
I've gotten some crazy ass fucking, like, we used to get a tour bus that would come through from China and it'd be all like Chinese immigrants, so like I guess on a New York City trip, but they stop by our side of the river first, I guess. Maybe they take off from here and then the bus goes over the tunnel to New York, but they would come into the store and it would just be filled with like middle-aged to elder Chinese people just looking around the store. You try to be nice, and try to give them some customer service, but they don't speak any English and they're just kind of rude. And it's just like, all right, I tried. Peace. And I just walk away. Like, all right, I tried. Later.
we get a lot of Jamaicans. I think I accidentally agreed to go to Jamaica with one of them. I didn't really understand what he was doing until like after he had like left, and I was like, wait.
Did you? I think he just said he wants to take me to Jamaica.
Yeah, because he was buying luggage, and he's like, I pay for extra luggage, and I'm like, cool. And then he's like, you ever been to Jamaica? And I was like, no. And then
girl,
he's
I
like,
can
"You
sell
know."
you so fast.
And then the other one's like, "I like your tattoo," and I was like, "What? I have a tattoo? I forgot."
I forgot.
I didn't even remember. It's like, what's going on?
Like, oh yeah, I do have a tattoo. I didn't know you had a tattoo, Blossom.
Yeah, I have 2 of them.
Oh my god. You're such a whore.
But one of them's on my neck, and I like forget.
You have a tattoo on your neck.
Yeah,
I didn't know
I'm
that.
fucking hardcore elf. God, don't you know me?
I think Blossom's this like sweet innocent girl, but she's really like up all night at dive bars, like drinking with bikers and smoking
Oh yeah,
cigars
that's
and shit,
so mean. That's so mean.
pulling out switchblades and shit on people.
I definitely don't eat my weight in cheesies and play Animal Crossing until definitely not.
Same thing. That's the modern day version of that. It's the same thing. Blossom is hardcore badass.
Yeah, I fucking love you, Marino.
Blossom's hardcore.
See? Kairo's gonna get your liver tattoo.
And get my liver, damn.
Oh,
What would one tattoo on a liver?
God, could you imagine?
I don't think. Well, I don't know how you. I don't think you can tattoo a liver. I think we're talking crazy. We probably shouldn't go down that road. Blossom snuggles with a guy getting sleepy and waking up in Jamaica. Yeah. Waking up inside a luggage in the luggage department of an airplane that's flying to Jamaica.
I'm
Like,
like, oh
fuck.
damn! I was like, fuck, not again.
Yeah, not. God damn it. The internal anatomy of a liver tattooed on the outside of my liver.
Please stop this.
I'm seeing people who are going for the weird internal tattoos now.
But did you see that Marino said I was hardcore?
Yeah, Marino said it.
Yeah, he's very nice.
He's very nice. He's just being nice. That's all it is.
Milo is sleeping on, and now he's awake. He's sitting on the couch.
Milo. Milo.
He tried to climb up my leg, but I'm not wearing pants, so it kind of hurt.
Ow.
Ouch.
It's like attaching
Fucking
himself
hurt.
to your skin. I had a kitten hanging off my lip one time. It like clawed
Oh my
right
God.
Yeah, that
through
also sounds
my
like
lip.
Milo. He's
Yeah, clawed right through my lip and was hanging off of my lip by a claw and shit.
Oh
And I was
god.
like, motherfucker, and I had to like, hold the pain so that I don't crush him because I grabbed him instantly. And my instinct was gonna be to rip him off of my face, holding him really hard, but he was a tiny little kitten, so I was like, hold on, to be gentle, and I'm like grabbing him and slowly pulling the claw out of my lip, like holding him really gently, and I'm like, ah, like I really just want to grab this motherfucker and crush him, but he's just a kitten, I can't do that.
I know. I'm like, you're lucky. You're cute.
yeah, because when it hurts you, your first instinct is to like punt it across the room, but then you're like,
Well,
if I do that, you're gonna
yeah,
die. Shit.
The other night, I literally had to like make a fucking igloo of blanket because I had to shield my head from him. He would like and then walk around and like look at me, and he'd like slap me with his claws out, like, huh? I don't care. It's midnight. Wake up, bitch. Wake up.
That's why I like my dog, because she's big and there's no way I can hurt her. like I'd have to do a jump off the top ropes with fucking elbow drop off the top ropes to hurt her. I'm not gonna do that. But she's fucking enormous. And if I ever gotta like teach her a lesson, I gotta wrestle that bitch. Put her in a chokehold or something, full Nelson. Because she's huge. She's 100
Milo
pounds
likes my Ric Flair toy. I've randomly found him not on the bookshelf.
first day I had my cat, she left 4 bleeding lines right across my face from forehead to chin.
Oh my gosh.
That's why we should all have pet chimps with knives. You can trust a pet chimp with a knife more than you can trust a cat with claws.
Oh gosh.
Especially if that chimp's wearing diapers. If you got diapers on, you know that chimp's been trained. He knows what a diaper is.
I don't want to test either of those.
No.
Wow.
Telling you. Chimps are practically human. They never rip your face off. Trust me. Nobody's ever had their face ripped off by a chimp.
Not even once.
Not even once. Not even
I
once.
watched a fucked up video about that.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
There was
There's
that
definitely
small
no
town where the
911
local
call.
celebrity was a monkey.
Not true.
Have you seen that
Not
one?
true.
Yeah. No, that's what I was talking about, was that instance, yeah.
God,
I was like,
that
yeah,
was
there's
the
definitely not a 911 call out there of somebody talking about a chimp ripping off their friend's face. That's definitely doesn't exist. It's never happened.
Have you guys ever read a normal porn for normal people?
A normal porn for
No,
normal people?
but no.
No, but it's
no,
probably
interested.
boring.
Well, it's one of
Prepare to
the,
be surprised. She's talking about creepypasta.
It's a creepypasta, yeah. Anyway, one of the videos on the website involves a chimp losing its shit and mauling a woman. It's I don't know, it's one of my favorite creepypastas, but
Well,
like
That happened in
read
real
it.
life, and
But
there's a 911 call of it that you can listen to. And I've listened.
well, yeah, there was supposed to be a video that goes along with.
No, there's no video. Well, not maybe of the video, but I mean like the actual occurrence. There's a 911 call of it, and you can hear it in the background. You can hear the lady screaming and the chimp go "Rah! Rah!" and fucking ripping the lady's face off, and the lady on the phone is like, "Oh my god, my friend! It's ripping my friend's face off! Like, send the cops! Bring guns!" Like you have
That
to
was the
kill
main
him.
thing. She's screaming for him to bring guns.
Yeah, bring guns! Bring guns!
Just
You
send a
have to
gun.
shoot right away.
Like she,
Yeah, she's basically
freaking
telling
the
him
fuck
they
out.
have to shoot right away. There's no turning this around. Like, come here and kill this fucker.
the
It
wild
ripped my
shit.
friend's face
They
off. It crushed
they
her
pumped that
hands.
monkey full of lead, dude.
Oh yeah,
Like,
they had to shoot him a lot.
They shot it so many times, and it just stopped, walked inside, got into its cage, and laid down.
And laid
that's
down
where
and
it died.
Yeah. It crushed her hands too. It's crazy to think, like a chimp crushing your hands. Like shit. It's fucking crazy. And then ripping off your face because you can't do anything about it because your hands are all crushed. It's nuts.
Have a pretty ridiculous amount of strength.
Yeah, and it's like, why do you have a pet chimp? It's not a good idea. Apparently, it got into some drug or something, some pharmaceutical that she was taking, I think. And it got a bunch of them, and they didn't realize it was acting weird, and then it started acting really agitated, and they're like, huh, what's going on? But they didn't find out till afterwards when they found out. You know, when they probably found that jar opened of whatever medicine it was. And they ate a bunch of it. And it accelerates your heart rate, so apparently, since it's for humans too, it probably made his heart rate go crazy.
Wow.
And he was like mad pumped. Started flipping out. Just trash and shit. But I think it had happened before too, where the monkey had flipped out and injured her. And it's like at that point, that's the point where you got to be like, all right, like it's already hurt me once, you know, why are you gonna push your luck, right?
Yeah.
It's like people who go skydiving and they get really hurt and then they do it again. It's like, dude, what are the chances it's gonna fuck up again, right? Like, come on.
All right, well, I have to take off because I have work in the morning.
I'm probably gonna end
But
this.
You never even said what your weird creepypasta was good for.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did. I said that it was.
It had a monkey in it.
It was relatable to the chimpanzee mauling a woman because that's one of the videos in the creepypasta.
Oh.
That was actually in several of the videos. But yeah, that was my point. I'm sorry if I wasn't clear.
It's legal.
It's all good.
All right, guys.
All right,
Thanks
guys.
for having me on this
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah.
Bye, Blossom. Happy American Thanksgiving.
Bye. Happy Thanksgiving to all my American friends.
She doesn't know any Americans.
Oh yeah, one of my videos was used in an article today. That was interesting.
Your video?
I haven't made a video for
What video?
My video, the supercut I did of Hassan Piker talking about America deserved 9/11. Like somebody DM'd me this morning. It was like, hey, check it out. Check out this article. And I look, and there's my video's like halfway down the article, and they just put it in there. And it was about some mayor or premier or whatever you guys call them in Canada is going to be playing Among Us with Hassan. Well, it's with a group of people, but Hassan is involved, and they were using that to be like, look at this guy, he's playing Among Us with a guy who said America deserved 9/11.
That's a bad look.
Yeah, it's a bad look. You know, this is
That's,
our premier, whatever you guys call him. I guess it basically.
Was there
like
context for it? Like, was he just banging on about America deserving 9/11? Or was there a reason he
yeah, he was
said
bitching
that?
about that dude with the eye patch, that fucking military guy. I forget his name, Crenshaw or
He was
whatever.
bitching about a guy with an.
He was on Joe Rogan talking about some shit, and he was bitching about him, and he was like, America deserved 9/11. Like, he's all mad and shit. It was retarded. And he was all mad about this dude. He was like, didn't you lose your eye to some brave Mujahideen soldier who took your eye out with his dick? And I was like, what? Yeah, they said some fucking crazy shit like that. And it's like, what is Hassan talking about? What the fuck?
Who the fuck is Hassan? Why? I don't know. Why is he
Hassan,
saying
fucking
America
Cenk's-
deserved 9/11?
Cenk's son. Nephew.
Cenk's nephew.
Cenk's son.
Cenk's nephew. Hassan Piker. Brown Fabio, that Devin calls Brown Fabio.
I've heard him mention that guy.
Yeah, Cenk from TYT, it's his nephew, and he used to work for TYT. But he kept saying crazy shit on his Twitch, so they eventually got rid of him working there. But he worked there for a while.
So he doesn't even work with TYT anymore, but he's still on Twitch?
Yeah, he has his own Twitch channel. He started blowing up on Twitch before they got rid of him anyway, so he was like, whatever, I don't think he cared. Because he was barely doing stuff for them anymore anyway. He was focusing on his Twitch and making tons of money. He's got like one of the biggest Twitches out there. I don't know why. He's fucking whack as shit, but people like to listen to him for some reason. Like, watch him. And he constantly says crazy shit like that. Maybe that's probably why they watch him, because he says crazy shit. They're waiting for him to say crazy shit. That's how I always found out. I found out about that video because somebody sent it to me. They were like, hey, check out what Hassan said. I was like, oh, all right. I guess I'll cut it up out of video.
Fuck.
Yeah. I can't believe he said that, right? He was like, what the fuck? It was talking about in context of like Desert Storm and shit like that, and those Iraq War or whatever. Or wars in the Middle East, because I guess that's the war that guy was part of, and how he lost his eye and shit. It's like, I get it, you don't like the guy, he's a right-winger, you don't like him, but you gotta insult all of America and fucking...
That's not insulting, man. That's like... It's past insult when you start talking about, people deserve to die or some shit. That's...
Yeah.
You're not insulting them. You're being kind of wacky.
Super crass and shit because you hate a guy, like, and insulting, not even insulting, but like saying.
Was that all it was? He doesn't like Eye Patch Man, so
yeah, you don't
America
like him because the
deserves
guy's
9/11.
a conservative, so he's talking about all this, talking about conservative stuff. And he's all mad and shit. And he's like, yeah, some brave soldier fucked your eye, and that's why you're missing an eye. And America deserved 9/11, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, what is he saying? These guys say crazy shit. Progressives are nuts, and they're so extreme that they just constantly say exaggerated shit. That's why they're always so dramatic about shit. That's why TYT, you watch any of TYT, they're always screaming. They're always talking about that there's a war, you gotta fight, and you gotta... It's all like, God, calm down, bro. Like, here's a chill pill. Relax.
Just a little.
Yeah. Or you didn't win this time, chill out, regroup. and just take baby steps instead of trying to push things. You know, my thing with progressives are, what it seems like to me is their tactic is they want what they want and they want it now, and they don't understand the worth of taking it slow and how that helps. You know, so it's like you keep pushing so hard, nobody wants to pass what you want them to pass. You want to put too much into it, you're never gonna get it. And you can wait like 40, 50 years trying to pass that, when instead you could pass something small that's a step to that now. At least that's better than not having anything. But it's all or nothing, you know? So it's like, you're going to give us this health care that we want, or we don't want any health care. It's like, well, you're getting something now. You can work on making that better.
You're going to lose the game of compromise doing that.
Yeah, exactly. Instead, you can, like, you know, work on what we have now and make it a little better and keep making it a little better till it's to the point of your liking, I guess. Instead of just taking it there right away and everybody's like, whoa, you're moving too fast. We don't want that. And that's what it is in the Democratic Party. That's a problem now, too. Is you have the progressives want shit, and then when the other Democrats are like, whoa, that's too much, we don't want that, and they don't vote for it, then, you know, then you got the progressives saying, oh, you're racists, or you're, you know, oh, you're grifters, you right-wingers, blah, blah. It's like, no, they're Democrats too. They're just not as far left as you, you know? So get over it and work with them. You're part of the same party. You're supposed to work together. If they don't like a policy, why don't you ask them what they don't like about it? And then you guys can work on making it something you both like.
I think that's what ends up fucking a lot of people up. They will make enemies out of the people standing right next to them. But a lot of them want them to be enemies because there are people who I've seen who view people their end, but you know, further left or not as far left as they are, further right or not as far right as they are, they will view them worse than they will the straight up opposition.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, because they take it as you're faking it. You're faking being on the left, but you're really on the right. But you're not. You're just further right than that person. You're still on the left, though. Like, I'm still on the left. I'm not super left, but I'm still on the left. But most people on the far left would probably say that I was on the right. I've had people on the far left tell me that I'm a conservative, and I'm like, huh? Like, I've been a liberal my whole life, never been conservative. Like, I'm pro healthcare, and I'm pro-choice. I'm not really anti-gun.
Who
but
do
I'm
you
not
feel to be
either.
the least helpful one on the left end side of things?
Probably, I don't know. Pelosi does a lot of shitty things, and she's in a pretty high position of power. Like, I would say AOC, but AOC is just like, because people talk about her, but she doesn't have any power, so it's like she's not really a danger or anything, or anything of any effect. But people are scared of her and think that she's got some power, but it's like, no, her power spread across over 400 people. Like, it's nothing. And most Democrats don't agree with her. You got Pelosi's like the head of the House, right? She's the speaker for the Democrats.
You think she is the biggest detriment?
Yeah, probably. I think it's probably time for her to skedaddle and get someone new in there.
Skedaddle.
Yeah, it's time to go. It's retirement age. I'm tired of these super old politicians anyway. I think we need to add a retirement age to politicians. It's like, yeah.
No, I think the idea of someone being a career politician should be illegal.
Yeah, I hear that.
Like,
there should be a limit,
should not be a
to
career.
all politics. Like, not just the president. There should be term limits for like every position, governor, even down to like mayors and governors.
Yeah, I think you should be allowed to serve one term in whatever thing you're choosing to be in.
You just climb up the ladder and serve one term
and then
of
you
each
need to
until you hit the top.
You get one term, and that's it. And then you need to go get a real fucking job.
Well, I say if you're in retirement age, you shouldn't be president. You should be retired. So, because that's a job,
I think
right?
it's really detrimental that we have
job.
to wait until people are old as fuck before we can even consider them for politics and shit.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't want to vote. We voted between two guys in their 70s. That's a little while past retirement age, you know? Like, these guys should not be working in the first place. Like,
well, it's
what are they
comical.
doing running a country? Like,
you're voting to pick between two guys who neither one of them are going to be able to fucking read in a couple of years. Their minds are going to fucking pudding.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the big issues for them in the next few years will be, do I need my dentures to chew this tapioca?
Yeah, diapers maybe.
And I hate to be shitty about it, I got nothing against old people.
No. But there is a reason why we have a retirement age.
There's a reason why you go and take care of your grandparents when they get to about that age.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't let them run the country.
Yeah, that's what's weird. I don't know. So you got all these old people in the highest positions in politics, and it's like,
that's absurd to me.
They should all be
I'm not
retired.
saying you need to put teenagers in there,
No,
but I think it's pretty safe. 30s and 40s.
I'll even take it from 30 to 60, and I'll take it. But anything past like 60, when you're getting to like 65,
sure,
that's retirement age. That's when it's
they
like
could
that
be
should
up
be
to
the
60.
end
That's
of you being in politics.
That's fine if they're up to 60. That's cool. But I'm talking, ideally, you want someone about 30 or 40 who at least can pretend that they still have their fucking shit on the pulse of what's going on.
Yeah.
Once you're in like your 50s and 60s, you are doing your own shit at that point. Hopefully, you're doing your own shit. You need to start, you're moving into that part of life where, you're wrapping shit up.
You get your
you're
sensei.
Gonna start, yeah. You're getting ready to sit on the porch in your fucking rocking chair, and that's what you're gonna do. Which is, again, perfectly fine thing, but these people want to hold on to little bits of power everywhere. Like Nancy Pelosi, there's no reason she should be in politics.
Nah, she's been in her position for a while now. Like, it's like, can we pass it on
there's no
now?
reason for her to be there.
Yeah, can we pass it on? I feel the same thing with parties. Like, there's a party head for the DNC, right? And it's like, why? I don't get that. And like, that guy gets to control
what
everything.
What does the party
for the
head do?
Like the guy who's like at the head of the party, and they set up, who's gonna run and this and that, who the party's gonna favor, who that's running and shit like that. And it's like, why do they even have that? Why do that? Parties in general are retarded. I mean, I get the concept of a party, but it should be more about ideology, right? Like than a party. And all we've done is really set it down to like two sides when there's multiple sides as well. And now we're trapped with two sides. No other party like ever gets close to winning, or even in the ever gets to the general election and shit. It's weird. All right, I think I'm gonna end this. 8:30, good enough. I figured it was Thanksgiving. I hadn't streamed in a while, and I'm like, fuck it, let's stream for a little bit. Bullshit.
Yeah,
so
it's a good stream. I learned about the Fox News thing. I didn't know that was going on.
Oh yeah, they're bleeding viewers. We'll see.
They're all gonna go back there. Once
that's what I said. Once things settle down, and
you said that. Okay.
Yeah, and all they do is bitch about Biden. That becomes the new routine there. Everybody's gonna come running back, and everybody forgets about Trump, and it'll all be about dissing Biden. Oh, all right, guys. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for coming on the stream. I has a penis, just so you guys know. Tepid said in chat. Discuss. I do have a penis. It is a magnificent golden rod, chiseled by the Incan gods.
Looks like the fucking little dude on the screen is chiseling that penis.
Yeah, with the monkey. He's like, I just finished chiseling that penis. It's great. It's glorious.
Just made the penis.
All right, but yeah, I'm going to end it. Thanks for watching, guys. Happy Thanksgiving. And I'll try to stream more.